I'm not able to be involved and really allow my heart to feel the joy or happiness in that moment because I've chosen to be sour. I've seen that happen. I've
Yeah.
seen people come
All the
into
time.
an atmosphere that was curated for them and they either are ungrateful, they don't know what happened, what the people had to do to get there,
Right.
to even go through
Right.
all of the things to make them
Speaking to
feel
my
da da da.
soul.
But this is the thing I feel like we as human beings need to understand. You can't make anybody feel anything. You can do things for people and they leave it right there.
The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous. It's ridiculously funny.
What's up, everybody? I'm Marvelous,
And I'm not your average Joseph.
and we are the Podical Sons. So let's start the show. Like, comment, subscribe, all the above, all streaming platforms possible. Podical Sons podcast. You can find us there. You can see these lovely faces on YouTube. And let's start the show. Sherri's back, y'all.
Woo! Yeah, baby.
Sherri's back.
Let's go.
And we're here for a good talk. You already know what she's about. You already know to
Man.
support the brand. You already know the
Man.
enterprise is still here.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Thanks you guys for having me back.
Nah,
And
thank
it
you for
didn't take
coming back.
forever for me to come back.
That's a very,
You know what I'm
very, very,
saying?
very
So
heavy
that
truth.
was
It's a
good.
great thing.
Really good.
It's
I
a-
mean, you would have been here earlier, but you got your
I know.
world
I know.
that you
That's
deal with.
true.
You got
That's
your
true.
world
That was
you
on
deal
me.
with.
Yeah,
1000%. 1000%.
That's okay, and that's we're not
Yeah,
holding
but I
it.
look forward to this conversation. I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, man, I'm coming back to Podical.
And
So last time was great. So here we go.
I'm glad. We're gonna touch up on the polls. Now these polls now, we want to know where you sit and stand. Are you ready?
You know I'm gonna keep it 100.
That's all we want you to do.
So
baby.
that's all we ask. That's all we ask.
All right. So, who is the better TV personality, therapist, guru, goat?
Okay.
Your choices are Dr. Phil, and Dr. Vanzant.
Yeah, Vanzant?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there really a question?
What's wrong with Phil McGraw?
Is there really?
What's wrong with Phil McGraw?
Listen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. First of all, Iyanla gets down to it, beloved. You know what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
goes into the beloved, but I'll say she gets down to
Yeah,
it.
she's
Like
loaded.
she's definitely going to get under your skin, but she does care about the long term. I feel like Dr. Phil, God bless his heart, he's like temporary fix right here. Let's deal with right now. You know, and
Okay.
that's what I've gotten from him. You know what I mean? And no diss to him or anything like that. But then he has some unruly. But then Iyanla has as well. Sometimes people are just out of pocket.
DMX, I feel like was one of out of pocket person.
And I love DMX, but he was definitely out of pocket.
When he was there and stuff, whatever. Because I felt bad for the son.
Yes.
Right.
He's like, I want the dad in this photo. Well, the dad in that photo's on crack too. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm like,
Give him a
Dr. Van
chance.
Zant, like, yo, step in.
Help.
Right.
Somebody. Yeah. DMX was wilding.
R.I.P. DMX, man.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
love DMX, but definitely that was not his most shining moment. I was like,
because
man.
I was looking like most of the people, they're not fully unhinged on her show.
Right.
But X, I was like, the door just went flying. I was like, you know what? Run it. I'm
Yeah.
here.
And I think she even tried, like she realized where he was at and she was trying to get what I love about Iyanla Vanzant, I would say she's like definitely the GOAT in regards to just helping people see themselves, not telling them what it is, not giving them this is what the diagnosis is, or this is what it could be. Like, I'm going to give you some homework. You're going to walk away. You're going to come back. If you're honest with yourself, then you're probably going to discover some things that might not be the most flattering, but will be the truth. And if you want to, you can heal from this. Like, let's go, right? So she's there and she creates that atmosphere. But she keeps it 100, and I appreciate that as well.
So do you not think that
Dr. Phil?
Dr. McGraw,
Yeah.
he smacked the lips to it.
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
Right. Was it because of the guy who dressed up like him talking about bum fights on his show?
Let's take it outside. Like that little girl, like
Catch Me Outside.
Catch Me Outside. Like she got
She
famous off
became
of it.
great from who? From
Yep.
Dr. Phil.
She did because but that's the culture that we live in too. Like people like that kind of excitement. I just find that like there's a lot on Dr. Phil that I do respect. I just feel like it's not. I don't, maybe because we don't even see as well, and I don't watch him all the time, but because of this, because I feel like he's doing more of like, I'm going to lead you in this conversation to tell you what it is. You know what I mean?
So I was told from some of my therapist friends, right?
Mhm.
But they were saying the stuff like that's the thing about therapy and like counseling.
Right.
It's like counseling and stuff, whatever. You can tell somebody what to do.
Mhm.
Therapy and stuff, whatever. They have to make the decision on their own.
Yeah.
Right. So you just kind of basically kind of help steer them to a direction.
Yes.
And they have to make this decision and stuff. So let's say if their decision was to probably jeopardize, I don't know, the marriage,
Yeah.
their like like something in like
Yeah.
major in their world.
Mhm.
The therapist is like, well, we just guided you and showed you the tools, but deep down inside, you really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's kind of confusing to somebody trying to find their way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I find like the discovery part, I guess maybe that's the mentor in me as well, right? Like when I mentor people, I can see exactly what's going on here, but I can't tell you. You've got to be able to find that out for yourself if it's going to matter to you. Excuse me. And as well, if it's going to convict you and make you say, I need to change that. I could tell you, hey, you need to change this. Or I see this about you. This seems to be a pattern. You should change this. And here's how you can do it. I could tell you that.
Right.
But if it's not something that you see, like if it's not an aha moment, like, yo, I really do talk to people like that. I am out of pocket, or wow, I did. This is a pattern that I realize in my life that I don't want anymore and I want to change. That is where I find the long term transformations happen. And I think
Gotcha.
Iyanla does more of a transformational type of approach, whereas Phil, Dr. McGraw, does more of the counseling. Let me tell you what it is, and let me tell you what you should do.
I can, no, I
Like
100%.
that.
I can agree with that because I look at it stuff as even like if you're looking at her show wise, it's not just, let's say she sits down with the person and figures out what's going on. It's kind of like going through the character build and trying to understand the
Yeah.
stuff through the person and everything.
Yes.
And I want to say like with Dr. Phil's, like, let's say even not even the radio aspect and stuff of it, but say just the show wise,
Right.
it's just he's there with these people and depends if like if it's a topic where he has to share with other people, it's kind of like, all right, we're bringing your family up.
Right.
All right, we got the understanding of your family. After this break, we're gonna bring another family up.
Right.
So it doesn't feel personalized, like you're really trying to help.
Right.
Well, I was gonna actually, because you got me thinking when you said your friend was telling you about the difference between counseling and therapy.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, therapy you're allowing them to solve their problems, right? But again, you may be doing that over multiple sessions. When you have a TV show, it's like
We're
you gotta
doing
kind
one
of
episode.
You gotta
You
try
gotta-
and
you
solve
gotta-
everything in one
And we're
episode.
jamming
Yeah.
everything and stuff and
Right, yeah.
compacting
So
everything in one.
How much free reign do you give them, and then how much do you have to kind of rein things in to keep within the time constraints of your show?
Well, you get them the Dr. Phil book so they can take home with them and figure out and sort out their life.
Right.
And it's Oprah's bestseller right
Right.
here. Plug and direct.
Right? How much is market? But Iyanla, to your point, and Smooth, is that she would take days sometimes. She'd be like, I'll
Right.
be back.
Okay.
Right? And
okay.
even on her episodes, you would see like it would take
Yeah,
so
some
many
sessions,
days.
yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean? So it's
right.
like that. I love that part where they actually get to walk away and be like, I'm gonna do this homework and then come
And then
back.
come back.
Because I need to sit with this. Like you're asking me to do something that's very hard.
Right.
Yes, right.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's not like a 20-minute, 30-minute thing. It's gonna take me maybe a couple days.
Days.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah. So Iyanla's the GOAT. Shout out to Iyanla
Dr. Vanzant.
Dr. Vanzant.
I always try to put some respect on it because
Yes.
before she wasn't a doctor.
That's true.
And then when she climbed up and stuff, I was like, no, you got to give respect.
Yeah,
and credit.
Dr.
Right, yeah.
Vanzant. Yes, yes.
Oh.
Most definitely.
Okay. And the next question of the week
Mhm.
is, do women still cry over men?
Absolutely, man. Come on.
Oh,
I
yeah?
mean, yeah, absolutely. I mean, let me say this though. Let me say this. And you guys forgive me because I'm struggling with a little bit of a cold, but I think that the ones that say that they're not, I'm not going to waste any tears over this man.
Mary J. Blige.
Right. God bless your heart. I love Mary J. But
Not
no.
gonna cry.
I'm not gonna cry. Not gonna shed no lies you tell. Lies you tell. Because lies you tell. Because you might be at to the point where like you might be at the point where you tired, right? Maybe you're tired of crying because you done it so many times.
Yeah.
Maybe you're at the point where like your heart is hardened. But that's where I was going to go with it. Like if a woman, so the answer is yes. If you stay open and allow your heart to not get hardened, you definitely cry over a man for sure. Especially if you loved him, especially if there was love, or if there's a relationship, or if there was like, time spent, and now
Right.
that loss is there because you've got to experience that, you got to grieve it. So yeah.
My question to you and stuff is that in this modern dating landscape,
Man.
I feel like there's a lot of women and stuff that I don't want to call it the Tyler Perry theory, but I can do bad all by myself. And because of that, I feel like a lot of women and stuff, whatever, they're so quick to like X off a dude.
Yeah.
So then therefore, if it's kind of like, if I'm not doing right by you and stuff, whatever, it's like, bitch be gone. And then now the guy's gone and stuff, whatever and everything. So there's no landscape to see if tears are being shed. Because I want to say, yeah, like I'm pretty sure closed door or shower moment and stuff, whatever, might come up. But then there's so many people and stuff around and like, I heard the story. And I'm going to stop my story to tell you this story. A nurse at my hospital broke up with a guy. Another nurse looked at her and said, did he cure AIDS? Is he a doctor? No. Did he cure AIDS? Did he cure cancer?
Right.
Is he the next in line to be Pope?
Right.
So I'm there, I'm like, because I'm just charting
You're trying to
shit.
figure
I'm
out.
charting.
What is the point of these questions?
Huh? So meanwhile, I'm just there and just sitting there like,
Get to the point.
and then she's like, no. I'm like, he's a regular guy. You're upset over a regular guy? Get over it. I was like, holy shit.
Damn.
Right.
Wow.
She's like, if it
that's
is-
like a Kevin Hart. Damn.
Yeah.
That's like a with the Don Cheadle. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's harsh.
And then she kind of first she was wallowing, and then she's looking like, I guess you're right. And I was looking like, women are cold. Them girls, them wicked. I was like, yo.
I honestly feel like there's two extremes. I feel like there's two extremes. I feel like there's an extreme where the dating landscape, as you said, is completely different. It's not fair. It's not even like, it's not even real sometimes, I feel. I'm like, you don't even know what you're getting out here. Is everybody coming up with their representatives? Nobody wants to be themselves until like way down in it, and their feelings are invested. But now I see who you are, and it's like, oh my God. So there's a lot more to deal with in the dating landscape. But I'll say, like, just on a level plane, if you are a woman who is out here dating or in a relationship with somebody, it doesn't matter whether or not that person is for you, isn't for you, is the right, compatible, whatever it is. When you love somebody, you love somebody. Your heart doesn't determine, well, we shouldn't love this person because they're being a jackass or they're not compatible for you, whatever. Your heart just loves that person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when that relationship is done, or when you recognize that, okay, this is not compatible, this is not going to work, I'm going to have to let this go, or that person walks away, you're hurt. But the thing is, in this society that we live in, it's like to even cry over that person. You hear what she said? She's like, is he the Pope?
Yeah.
Is he this? Is he that? Like, he's not significant.
Yeah.
He was significant to
To
her.
her, of course.
So that's what I said. I was like, yeah, but she never dated a Pope before.
So how would she know?
I was like,
the diff.
yeah,
Even if she did, it in your mind, date somebody more significant than this regular guy, it doesn't matter. Her heart loved him. Her heart felt for him. So because her heart was open and connected to this person, the absence of that person now in that person, the other young lady's life, it's going to hurt. But we want to, the other side of it is that we want to, as women, and especially I would say, no shade, but millennial women is like, I don't need like that. I can do bad all by myself.
I'm a millennial, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, those millennial women, they're different.
I was gonna say how many relationships even get to the point where they can consider like, I'm in love with this person.
That's a good question.
To say, I'm gonna cry over this, because a lot of times it doesn't even reach to that point. It's like, oh well, it's just another dude.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Out of my life.
That's the truth.
So what? Not gonna cry.
And that's the truth, because they don't give it a chance.
You sound
because
like too many women are not.
No, but it's real because you like men these days, if you're a millennial, there's so many prerequisites that they have for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
You
Yes.
gotta have this, that. And I feel like the things that you're supposed to be looking for, little mama, in a relationship or in a man, you're bypassing because you have all of these other things on your list that are priority.
Right.
And
And the character part is like it's supposed to be beyond these other things, but these other things are more important. So it's like they get connected to things that they really shouldn't be. And like you said, their character, the fact that they can't even infiltrate the
Yeah.
heart. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You can't even, you don't even touch me like that yet. What have you brought to the table? What have you done for me lately? Like
yo,
that mentality.
I saw like a skit on YouTube from Gallus in Paris.
Right.
So he's like, he walked to some women, hey, how you guys doing and stuff for her. She's like, yo, if you're not eating ass, keep it pushing.
Whoa!
So he's like, I don't even know where you've been. Like, like, did you take a shower? But it's just, that's what it is. Like, I shit you not. It's like automatic off rip, some Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? It's just coming straight off the cuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, I want to say a more mature and evolved woman will kind of be like, okay, we'll see where this goes. We'll see if you might be my cup of tea or not.
Yeah.
But like others and stuff is like, you don't have this, you don't do this, you don't do this. Why are you wasting my time?
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and that's the thing. They think it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
And so I remember, this is so yuck. I love that you said that because I remember having a conversation with a young woman who's a millennial. And I remember saying, like, why would you consider it a waste of time to get to know somebody? But that's not the goal.
No.
In dating.
No.
In dating, the goal is not to get to know somebody, even though they say it is.
Yeah.
That's not the goal. The goal is to find out how you're going to make my life easier.
Yes.
How you're going to add to me.
Yes.
And how you're going to take certain things off my back or like to take some pressure
what
off
are the
of
benefits to be
That's
with
what
you?
that whole, the benefits to be with you. Because if you want this, then you're going to have to give that. It's like a bartering system. And so I feel like, yes, I'm going to answer that question to say yes. Mature, evolved women who are open to allow their heart to be touched by a man and be involved with that person, the person, not the things that they have.
Right.
Yes, those women cry over men still. Everybody else,
the women don't
everybody
cry
else,
no more.
everybody else is just, they're on something different. And that's why I know.
Do you believe men cry over women?
I know of men that cry have cried over women.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But again, it's the same scenario though. It's the men that are actually open to caring and allowing themselves to be cared for as well. Like it's not the millennials. It's not the millennials. I promise.
Right.
And I'm saying that as a blanket statement because I know that there
I'm a
are
millennial.
millennials.
I'm hurt.
I'm sorry, bro. I know that there are millennials that are very, very woke and very aware. And you know what I mean? It's not everybody. So I know we're saying it in general statements, but I'm saying
Yeah.
for the men out there that are open and I sat down just literally last week with someone and he was talking about he just got divorced. It was not too long ago, but he's at a point where he's ready to be open now that he's looking for someone else and now he's going to take a different approach, and what have you, but his heart is open.
Right.
So for the ones that have an open heart, that are not callous, that are not hardened, that are not bringing their representative and just looking for a certain type of woman to bring certain things to the table for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will cry. They will hurt.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like over a period of time and stuff where we know like over a period of time you can need the things that are that matter, character, I guess the way how they treat people, these type of things. We notice at a younger stage and stuff, whatever. Why don't we? How come so many people don't make it applicable to their normal younger dating world or dating selves? Like, cause like, okay, your grandmother and your grandfather could have been together from way back when. He never had that much, but yet here you are asking for a guy to have 100K plus income.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right? And I was looking like, well, your grandfather probably worked for probably maybe about like 20 to 30K, equivalent to today's time, maybe about 50 to 60K.
Right.
But I'm looking like, you're okay with seeing your grandmother being with somebody like this, but it's not good enough for you.
I think I'm gonna get into a little deep there, but I feel like our moral fiber has been eroding for a while. I think it has. I think the things, but let's just think about the things that even we watch on TV. Not that I watch TV, but like the things that used to be on TV when we were growing up. The Cosbys.
Okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the shows that we used to watch as children growing up, they gave you an
Like a little
understanding
lesson.
of values.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I know I'm dating myself, but like, you know, when we were growing up, Different Strokes and Facts of Life and Family Ties.
Yeah.
And then you got the Family Matters. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Right.
the Cosby. We saw morals. We saw values. We saw parents, black parents staying together, doing well. And then things changed, right? And then the things that, you know, Pretty Little Liars came on TV. And everybody was,
All
you
them
know,
vampire
who is
series.
A? Who is A? Damn it.
Yeah.
Can A just show her face? And so it was this whole thing of just people getting kind of caught up in just, you know, backstabbing people or, you know, whatever. I'm not saying that in our day we never had people backstabbing. I'm just saying that we had a different moral code.
No,
Right.
I feel like the way we cared about ourselves, even the way we, you know, imagined ourselves in marriage or relationship was different then because we had different examples and it was a different environment.
That's true.
Today,
Very true.
I'm just really now that you
Child.
mention it, I'm really just trying to think, is there any family orientated show that's in the atmosphere right now as we speak?
I think back in the day, what my kids used to, my wife and kids, with the Wayans
That was
brother.
what.
My wife and kids.
Yeah,
that was the only thing I think that was last that I remember
The
on
last
TV
remembering.
that I could say like from that, like coming
That's
away
true.
from the Cosby era.
Right.
My Wife and Kids was the only show, because if not, there was that other one that I can't remember. The Bundys.
No, Married with Children.
Married with
Married with
Children.
Children. You know, that was a hot mess. There was no moral value in there.
No.
Right.
So I mean, and then you've got the cartoon that came up with that other guy and little
Stewie or Family Guy.
Stewie,
Yeah.
Family Guy.
Yeah.
Again, no value. So it's like there are little things that we keep on like eroding and pulling away and then replacing with ha 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 ha. It's funny,
Right.
but we are also saying ha 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 and allowing that to be part of what we think is standard. And so now you go out there
Wow, you're
into
right.
the real world, and now you got these little kids growing up. There's no real rock or standard unless they're being brought up with it
Right.
in their home. But then it's counter what they see on TV and then what they hear at school. Because then when they go to school, did you see so and so last night? Did
Yeah.
you see that? Even the BET Awards have changed from what they used to be to what they are now,
Right,
right?
right.
So what we're feeding our eyes, what we're feeding our ears, what we're truly meditating on and thinking about is what I think is guiding our moral values. So now when we talk about today, going into like
Dating.
dating, so we coming to the table with
No values.
where is the carrot?
Junk
Why-
food.
So
Junk
this is
food.
where I
Not soul
mentee.
food.
Yo, you feel me? Like where I have mentees, and I have to say to myself, why am I telling you that character is going to be what you look for as opposed to his
Accomplishments?
401k.
Yeah,
You
true.
know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I just feel like there needs to be more, and I'm not at all for, because I know women need security. I get that that's a real thing.
Yes.
Right.
But I feel like security has nothing to do with how much money he has in the bank. Security also has to do, and I know I'm going to get some flack on this, has to do what you bring to the table as well as a woman. Like what, and I'll say
Talk
this.
about it.
Let's talk about it. Let's get comfortable and talk
I mean,
about
let's
it.
do it.
Let's get it,
in Let's
because
get in it.
honestly, I feel, and this is where you're going to hear me say, I think every woman that comes into a relationship is supposed to enhance and multiply whatever he's got going on.
My barber used to say that and stuff. He used to be like,
Yeah.
for a woman, you're like, a good woman's supposed to give her something. She's supposed to be able to multiply it
1,000%.
Right.
and then give it back to you. and stuff,
1,000%.
whatever.
Think about it.
He's like, you give her some sperm cells, she multiplies it and gives you a baby.
Right.
It's like, you give her some grocery money, she comes and gives you a whole
Meal.
dinner.
Right.
So he's like, where is it that the women and stuff just stop doing that? So and then that was his thing. His thing is of like, he doesn't want no chick that's like too much onto like social medias and everything like
Yeah.
that. He's like, yo, if you
Yeah.
don't have like straight wholesome values and
Yeah.
stuff and be able to
Yeah.
multiply things,
Yeah.
but he said from his side, it'd be wasting his time.
1,000% is a waste of his time, because then he's going to be carrying her, right? So if she's already in the mentality space, and this is what we're talking about at this day and age, where a woman's coming into the relationship, if she's not coming already into the relationship with, let me see what this man's got going on. How can I enhance it? How can I build him up? How can I get behind him and and give him the wind and the push that he needs to
Right.
even go further, right? And this is what I'm gonna say. It doesn't even have to be monetary. You don't even have to
No.
come in with, well, what's in your bank account? This is what's in my bank account. Nah, because let me tell you something, more than resources, I'm resourceful. So if you come to me with, this is what I want to do, babe, great. I'm gifted. So I can be your admin person. I could be your salesperson. I could do marketing. We got Canva now. Everybody could be a graphic designer these days.
Right.
Like, what can we do together to make sure that you're not doing this thing by yourself?
Right.
Mentality, help meet, right? Help, let me come and bring help to the relationship. So I feel like when
Partnership is too much for a lot of people now. I feel like men and
Yeah.
women. Men and women. Like I feel like some guys and stuff, they want a woman and stuff to be like, all right, you got your shit over there, I got my shit over here, and we're just gonna run it.
Yeah. That's I was just about to say that. It's like nowadays it seems like I have something that I'm already going on with. You better have something that you're already going on with that matches what I'm going on.
Wow.
And it's not even like a coming together, right?
No.
No.
No
We
partnership.
both have something, but it's separate.
Yeah, and then can I tell you? I'm gonna tell you, like, I would love to do a study on that. Because if that's how most people are coming together, that's probably why there's so much breakup. Because if I'm doing my thing and you're doing your thing and we're not supporting one another, we're just doing our own thing. Now here comes competition.
Right.
You're gonna be competing with me. I'm gonna be competing. What did you get this week, or what did you do this month, or whatever? Why aren't you doing more? I'm doing what I got to do. That, and it becomes a competition, and or now I get to tell you
You're
how
not
much
pulling
better
your
I'm
weight.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Resentment.
Resentment, and then as well. Watch this. If you don't grow at the same rate as me, I'm out. See you.
Oh,
I gotta go.
This reminds me of a Google conversation I had with a great woman and AI and Chat GPT.
Yo.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So if I come in with that attitude of, I've got my thing and you've got your thing, and we're just gonna be separate, we're gonna put it together where it matters or where it can help each other, but not really. I have a problem with that. I feel like there needs to be alignment. And I feel like for a woman to get into a relationship with somebody, it's not about what are you bringing to the table to me. It's like, what are your dreams? What is it that you're passionate about? What do you want to do? And because of whatever you're passionate about, you will wake up in the middle of the night and do. You will get up early and do when you're passionate about it.
That's a friggin' fact.
Yeah.
Right? So I won't even have to
Totally.
ask
Yeah.
you. I won't even have to, baby, are you trying? Nah, you be like, I'll be like, babe, what are you doing? It's 3:00 in the morning. I gotta get this done.
Yeah.
And you'll forget to eat, you'll forget to bathe, and I'll go and
Yeah.
bathe your skin, like all of that, right? Because you're passionate about it. As a woman, I want that man to be passionate about his dreams. And now I've got to fan that flame, right? And make sure that he gets exactly what he needs to make sure that that works. Because guess what? When that works, then we work.
So, okay.
If that works for you, it blesses me too.
I'm digging that.
Yeah.
How would you think, like, let's say, or how would you say, like, what would the guy need to do if, like, I want to say, not even if in the opposite, but let's say, what would a good man do for a good woman in your eyes? To say, like, because that sounds like a making of a great woman and stuff to help
Yes.
fan the flames, to help motivate him and push him.
Yes.
What would a man have to do in the reciprocal?
Cultivate. Well, now we're going to get into it now.
We're here.
You need to cultivate. So I would look at it from a perspective of that man has to see the potential as well as the gift in that woman so that he can pour into her, so that she can cultivate whatever
Right.
it is that she's got going on.
Yeah.
So if you see something, it may just be in seed form. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's not that great at cooking, but she could be, and you want to kind of encourage that. So it's not even that you're fanning
It'd be
a
a
flame.
violation to buy her a cooking book, though.
Would it? If she likes to cook?
Smooth.
I mean-
You're a veteran. All right. Yeah.
Really? Don't buy cookbooks?
Well, because it's looking like I would look at stuff as like
I would appreciate it if I like to cook, if I want to learn how to cook better.
I would think so too, because like a guy I know, he did that one day and stuff, and his woman was like,
What you trying to say? I don't know how to
so
cook?
Yeah.
that, and then her sister chimed in and stuff. Is like,
no.
so he just thinks a woman's supposed to belong in the kitchen. I was
Here we
looking like,
go.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was like,
think
don't give a cookbook.
I would
Don't give me a
appreciate a
cookbook.
cookbook.
No.
I would, because I like different like different styles of food, but I think that again, it's about cultivation, but it also is about checking your ego at the door too, right? So and that's for both, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like if a man is trying to pour into his woman and cultivate her and allow her to grow in her space and time as well. If, for example, I'm gonna use that example, perfect one. I like to cook, and you say, "Okay, baby, you like to? What kind of food you like to cook? Soul food." Okay, he goes out and gets a soul food cookbook and says, "Here." That's helping me cultivate. That's pouring into me. But if my ego is like exactly what you just said, what you think I don't know? Well, I just told you I don't really know how to cook this stuff. So you are pouring into me. It's gonna be like a humbling thing for me and grateful
Yeah.
for me to say thank you, right? But if I'm coming with ego, it's going and I'll tell you this, no matter what, on any level, not just in a relationship, any level, ego always stunts growth every single time. So if ego's brought to the table when anybody's giving you anything and it's you start getting prideful, whatever, check yourself because you're gonna miss an opportunity to grow.
We got a T-shirt. Your
Yep.
ego's not your amigo.
Ego is not your amigo. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Let's talk about happiness.
Let's talk about happiness.
How does Sherri define happiness?
Oh my gosh. Can I be honest?
I mean,
we're here,
This is it.
right?
This is it.
Happiness for me is creating memories and moments with people I love. Pure and simple. And I know it's temporary.
I know.
It's temporary.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's facts because I've experienced it. I've experienced happiness and I've experienced joy and I've experienced contentment. All of them are very, very different.
So tell me about your joy aspect. Tell me your definition of joy.
Oh man, joy is doesn't matter what the circumstances around me feel like or look like. There is I want to say joy, but I'm trying to find another word. There's an excitement inside me that is connected to hope that won't allow me to be sad. That won't allow me to go to a dark place. There is a knowing on the inside that's connected to hope and future some things or even present. But I don't like to say present because I feel like if there's something not going on around me, I could still be feeling joy. Right.
Right.
And I have many times, like there are so many times where I felt joy and it had nothing to do with what was going on in my life at that time at all. But it was connected to an excitement and a truth and a hope that I just knew. It was a knowing, right? So it was like it's hard to explain joy, but it's something that is just
I feel like everybody has that kind of feeling. But let's say, if you, treat like Family Feud, we survey 100 people and stuff, whatever, and what joy would mean to them in one word.
Yeah.
And you're going to get these different wordings and different verbiage and stuff that's going to come down the line.
Yeah.
I dig it. It's just that I feel like a lot of people. Well,
I just remember something.
Go ahead.
Joy, just because you did that whole 100 people survey, if I was to do one word.
Yeah.
Joy is presence where happiness is a visitor.
And where's contentment?
Contentment is a decision.
Ooh.
Yeah. Contentment is a decision.
Okay.
Yeah. So happiness visits. And happiness comes and then happiness says, bye. Take care, right? It comes with memories, it comes with moments, it comes with people. Right? Joy is a presence. It's a being. It's a constant.
I like that. Because a lot of times when I think of somebody as a joyful person, it's usually because I never see them ever get down.
Yes.
Is that me? Cyborg 3000? Apparently I don't have feelings. Like, you're always so happy, Marvin. I was like, I'm a grounded individual, though. I know I can get back to the joyful moments and stuff, whatever, right? Because I strive for contentment.
Yes.
Right? Because I know for a fact, again, happiness is a fleeing type of thing.
It is.
It's momentarily.
Yes.
So I always look at it stuff as where happiness is more, to me, is more of a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
Once it hits and stuff, you can't replicate that. Because a lot of people are always chasing that, let's say that that first high or that first hit. So if you like, I was telling somebody, I'm like, if you go on a girls trip, kick-ass girls trip with like 4 of your other girlfriends, 5 of y'all living life, cool. Do not think next year when you guys do it again,
It's gonna be
It's
the
gonna be
same
the same.
thing. It's not. It's not. That's happiness. That's like you have those moments of happiness. Take them.
Yeah.
Take them when you can, or make them. You know what I mean? Make those memories. But joy is a presence that I remember having joy in times. You know, when my mother passed. Right, my mother passed. It was a hard time. I was grieving, but I had so much joy because of what she gave me before she passed.
but that's a level of gratitude too.
It is.
Yeah.
It's connected to that. That's what I'm saying. Like joy is, if I was to put it as one word, I'd say it's presence, but it's definitely connected to a lot more deeper.
Deeper.
Yeah, than just a moment.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah,
Happiness is filled with moments, I would say.
What about you, Smooth?
Yeah, no, I think you broke it down very well. Happiness to me, it comes and goes, but I try my best when it's here to relish
In
as
it.
much as I possibly
Yes.
can
Yes.
within that
But
moment.
some people don't even know how to identify it though.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing. I think once I start feeling a positive reaction, I try and cultivate that and try and magnify that to its highest being, because again, I don't know when it's going to happen again, right? And if I can get it up to a point where it's at its maximum potential, I can look back at it and actually draw a little bit more
Yes,
happiness
sir.
from it. You know what I mean?
That's
There's
so
a lot
true.
of times where I sit
Great
down, I think
memory.
about something, I'm like,
That's
oh
true.
shit. I remember a time I'm smiling about it, and instantly, like, my mood will change, right? But that time has long gone and passed. And there has been maybe terrible times in between that, right? But it's just that fact that I was able to live in that moment and relish it.
I love that.
I always dig it when, like, let's
I
say
love that.
you pop up on like your peoples and stuff like that, whatever, and then you're there just chilling and vibing, and then someone else calls and like, oh, such and such is there, or Smooth's there, and everything like that. I'm a forward. I'm a
Yeah.
slide through.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
now they come and add to it, whatever, and now it's now a whole conundrum and stuff, and people are like, oh, you're having fun over there? And nothing was planned,
Nothing.
but
yeah.
you're just relishing in the moment. You're being present.
Right.
And you're savoring it and you're enjoying it. And I'm like, that right there, we need to chase more than happiness.
I
to me.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And those are moments that you can curate. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, so and so's over there, I'm coming, because you know what that person brings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what that atmosphere will bring. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Can I say also one thing about this word happy? I think that it's been so
Overused?
yes, and in the wrong
Misused?
way.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Like
Hallelujah,
It's
sister.
Pharrell's fault.
Hallelujah. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
For real.
Thank you.
I feel
Thank
like it's
you.
been
Oh my
misused,
gosh.
especially in relationships.
This is why we're having this conversation.
Yes. Like especially in relationships when they say, "Oh, I just want to make you happy." How you going to make me happy? Listen, that choice is mine.
Yes.
That's not on you. And it's not supposed to be your responsibility even, or you shouldn't even feel pressured in any way, shape, or form, or responsible to try to make me. You can't make me anything. I get to choose. Because let me show you. You could be like, okay, you know what? We're gonna do a surprise birthday party for Sherri.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll go to her favorite restaurant. Oh, her friends are gonna be there. It's gonna be a great time. And then I walk in, Miss Miserable, right? Because I had a hard day or something happened, whatever it is, and I choose to sit there in the side and be like, sour face. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
But I'm not able to be involved and really allow my heart to feel the joy or happiness in that moment, because I've chosen to be sour. I've seen that happen. I've
Yeah.
seen people come
All the
into
time.
an atmosphere that was curated for them, and they either are ungrateful, they don't know what happened, what the people had to do to get there,
Right.
to even go through all of the things to make them
Speaking
feel
to my
da da da.
soul.
But this is the thing I feel like we as human beings need to understand. You can't make anybody feel anything. You can do things for people and they leave it right there. And what they choose to do with it is on them.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I always look at this stuff as like the people that go to a comedy show or a comedy club and they don't laugh. Like it'd be like
Right.
you're in a setting where you're supposed to chuckle and laugh,
Yeah.
and then like they say something, and be like, this nigga's stupid.
Like, why
And
are
just
you here?
why are you here?
Why are you here?
Why are you here, sir? Sir, you're here to the thug out.
What?
You're like
Oh,
this guy.
make me laugh. Make me laugh. Right.
Leave.
You didn't come here to
Yo,
laugh. You
come
didn't come here to be happy. Yeah. But even with contentment, I think it's a decision as well. I feel like if you want to be content in life, you have to determine what it is that you need in life to be content. Some people need a lot more. Some people can be content with less. I've gone to, countries where, and I'm sitting back going, how are you so content
Yeah.
and happy? Right? Because that's what you have and that's what you know.
That's what
and
you know.
and you do the best with what you have. So again, that's why I can say contentment. I've seen it too many times, and for my life as well. It's a choice.
I was about to say, because I'm going to say, like, your story and stuff is a great one, too, right? Your own personal life story. So I look at it stuff as where you've seen from, like, the harsh times and stuff in your life,
Yeah.
like, let's say, quote unquote, the bad,
Yeah.
and where your life grew and where you are now and stuff over the good. How did you find that balance?
Yeah. We're going back to God now. We're going back to God.
That's
Okay.
what, no,
I'll
because,
be
no,
honest
because
with you.
but to be honest, I want to say, like, within my quote unquote happiness walk,
Yeah.
I found faith,
Yeah.
family, friends, and meaningful work. These things bring me ultimate joy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
1000%. For me, it is always, I shouldn't say is always, the family that I grew up with, that wasn't a place where I learned how to find happiness. However, it was a place where I learned how to be content because I wasn't always in a circumstance that allowed me to be happy, but I had to find ways to make myself content, or else I wouldn't survive the moment or I wouldn't survive the situation.
Right.
So I had to be like, okay, so what am I going to do? So what I would do, I would sing to myself. You know what I mean? Or I would imagine things, or I would write stories. You know what I'm saying? And so all of those things were things that I did we would say that in psychology, it'd be coping mechanisms.
Right.
It was how I found contentment as a child. As I grew, it definitely became God, and understanding that my life was definitely here for more purpose. So finding God allowed me to find more purpose, where you said meaningful work,
Work,
1000%.
Right.
Yeah.
So once I started search, okay, so God, I'm here for a reason. You created me for a purpose. Well, let me find out what that purpose is. And then along the way, along the journey, finding people and understanding who my tribe was, and not just having my children, but definitely having a family, was huge for me. And then being able to teach them things that I dreamed of as a child. So
Yeah.
in those moments of contentment where I was like, yeah, this is not the way family's supposed to be. But when I grow up, right? And so when I grew up, and even though my marriage fell apart and I was divorced and I was a single mom, I still had hope that I was going to be able to give them something better than I was given, right?
Right.
Which is the reason why I got divorced in the first place. I was like, I'm not going to repeat what I went through as a child here.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it was just like the decision, right? So that's why I always say contentment is the decision. I've lived in poverty. Like I remember having a car that had holes at the bottom and we had cardboard over it. And I would say to my kids as we were driving, put your foot down on the car so that the
So the
snow
wouldn't
wasn't
coming
coming
in.
in.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I was very content with the car that I had until I was able to get a better car. I was just grateful. So I'm gonna say when it comes to contentment, that's why I feel it's a decision, but it's very much connected to God, gratitude, my purpose, and people that I want to say selected to be in my inner tribe. I think that all of those factors factor into contentment.
What about you, Smooth?
Yep. I think it is definitely a choice, and you gotta understand what and I think this is a problem with a lot of people is they don't understand what it is that will make them content.
Mm.
Right.
So it's a lack of understanding of self.
A lack of a lack of understanding of self, not taking the time to know yourself. Really,
Yeah.
I think our last Sosa's the Sons was very powerful in the fact that I can't remember how it was worded, but the
I got
less
you.
the less you have,
Oh,
The more content you'll be.
learn to want less.
Right.
Oh,
Learning to want
less is
less.
another path of happiness.
Another path to happiness.
I
And I
agree.
think people are, they're
Their
casting this.
wants is like massive.
Yeah, they're casting this wide net
Yeah.
of trying to just figure out what it is, as opposed to just trying to really just like narrow it down. It's like,
Yeah.
well, what are you happy doing? Like,
Yeah.
I remember like just growing up, like I was happy just drawing stuff, right? And I took art up until about, I want to say grade 10.
Mhm.
And then all these other things started coming to my mind, like I gotta find a career to make money, this, that, do that, and the third. And I stopped drawing altogether.
Wow.
Right? But I was like, now when I'm here now, and it's like, okay, I'm working, I'm doing all these things, but I ain't really, happy. And then the other day I picked up a pencil and I started drawing, and it's like,
How did you feel?
Yes,
like-
I want to know.
Yeah,
I
how
was
did you
like-
feel?
damn, I was like, oh, this is gonna be something dope. So then I started getting into it, drawing even more.
Did you get like more colors or something
Bro,
like that? More
I get, you know what I mean? I was
when
like,
because you started to lean into it now.
I started to come back into it, and
Remember.
and just
Yeah.
thinking about it. And it's like,
Yes.
but this is so simple. this is so simple.
Remember,
for me
we
to
got
do.
cussed out on live. Men want this simple thing. You can't use basic and simple without a man.
Oh my gosh,
And it's-
really?
And after it was finished, I was like, I feel content.
And it made you happy.
I feel content.
See? Yeah. And I think it is the simple things. I love the fact that you guys are talking about the wants thing.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. If I say, okay, I want a Bentley, let's just say, right?
You might need a car.
I might just need a transportation.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I don't necessarily need to even have my own car. Uber's out here. I could just transport myself with somebody else's car if I really don't want to have to deal with the maintenance and the insurance and the car payments.
Right.
There are so many different ways. So if the transportation from point A to point B is the issue, is it a Bentley or is it transportation? It's like
Right.
we really have to get down to
Right.
what is it?
A
And to
want
your
or the
point,
need.
is it the want or need? And also being aware of what it is that you truly want that actually makes you feel content. Some people want the Bentley because of other things, and they're looking for a status, they're looking for an image, they're looking to be seen a certain way. So they need to get that Bentley. But what you have to do to get that Bentley, and if you're not even in that tax bracket or income bracket to even afford a Bentley, now all you've got to have to do to just, you know what I'm saying? It's just now you lost all the happiness and joy in just having the Bentley because of what you have to get
What you had to get.
it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like we always do have to come back to, what truly is making us happy, what truly is filling our cup. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's my responsibility. I say this all the time. It's my responsibility to fill my cup. And the overflow is what everybody else gets, right? But I've got to be
Oh, I like
responsible.
that.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah, that's Dr. Vanzant. That's her. I'm gonna
Okay.
give it a cry. I learned that from her. Like you're responsible for filling your cup, and the overflow is what people get. So be responsible of understanding and knowing what makes you content, what makes you happy. Because if not, if you put bitter stuff up in there, then guess what? The overflow is gonna be, and everybody's gonna get that bitter. You know what I'm saying? But if I take the
Yikes.
time to be content and happy and do the things that I know fill me up in a positive way, then you're gonna get that positivity as well.
I want to touch on the thing when you were saying that you don't rely on someone else to make you happy.
Yeah, no.
But would you say that your children produce a amount of joy?
I think I would say that me having children gave me another outlet for happiness. Some of the things that they did, they didn't even realize was making me happy. Right? They're
Right.
just being themselves.
Just living.
Yeah, they're just living. They're just being themselves, just being healthy children, right? But then as they've grown, like they're all grown now, they're adults. So the happiness that I receive from them, or experience, I shouldn't say receive, the happiness that I experience with them is different. right?
Right.
Because now it's like, let's plan Thanksgiving, let's plan a birthday, let's come together for game night. Like we're doing it because we love each other now and we want to be around each other. These are adults. They don't have to be around me if they don't want to.
Yeah.
They don't have to
Yeah.
even be around each other. They don't even have to be siblings that like each other. They just so happen to. Right. And I'm grateful. So that brings me joy.
Gotcha.
Knowing that my children, if I, God forbid, die tomorrow, that they love each other genuinely and they want to be around each other, support each other, they'll be there for each other. Those like long-term moral fiber that we were talking about, those morals that I poured into them stuck to the
Right.
point where it impacts their relationship with each other and,
And
others.
others.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think the key thing there is that they're not doing anything intentionally to
Right.
make you happy.
No, because they can't make me happy. They can't make me
Say
happy.
it like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? They can't make me happy. They could do things that we can experience happiness together. And I
Right.
think it's that we keep on using that word, oh, make me happy or make me mad or make me. You can't make me anything. Again, these are all choices that I make for myself.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Somebody comes and calls me a female dog. Not that word, but the other word. I really don't like it. And people that know me know that I don't like it. But if you call me that name, I can choose.
How you react.
How you
I can
react.
choose how I respond to that. When I was in grade 7, I chose to throw a desk across the room to a person and then continue to pummel them in the head when they called me that. That was a choice I made.
Right.
And after that, I was like, no, I'm not going to do that again because I didn't feel good about that. That was not a good look.
Because now as an adult, that's a charge.
That's a charge. At 12 years of age, you get
12 years of
suspended.
age, yeah.
You get suspended. But, but my point is that even with my children, as they were growing up, there were things that they did that didn't cause me happiness. It didn't bring me happiness at that time. It made me feel afraid or it made me feel disappointed. You know what I'm saying? There were other feelings that I felt as well
Right.
with them being in my life. So I wouldn't say they brought me joy. I would say that joy is that presence for sure that I like, even though my children are all in different places of the world. One's in Atlanta, one's in Nova Scotia, one's here. And I sit back and I've got grandchildren as well. I look at the legacy being continued. That brings me joy.
Nice.
The
Nice.
knowledge
Yeah.
and knowing that like my granddaughter is kind to children and people because I taught my children how to be kind. And so this is how it's taught. So that type of legacy being, taught forward is the presence of joy that I have when they're not with me. Does that make sense?
No,
Yeah,
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
One time we had this conversation of one of the shows, and I said, "Would you rather your significant other to be your universe or a planet in your universe?"
Wow.
Right? And I look at it and stuff is that some people and stuff that would say like the universe and stuff itself and everything is like they rely a lot on codependency is real.
Yeah.
It is.
It's real. So I look at it stuff as some people might not even go to a function or certain places and stuff and they'd be like, that negative person might be there and stuff like that. I'm not going. But it's the same thing. They could be like, oh shit, Smooth's going? Smooth's always chill. Bet.
Go.
Yeah.
And they'll go just for Smooth and stuff,
Yes.
whatever, right?
Yes.
And it's kind of like Smooth's like, all right, I'm out. Deuces would be like, yeah, I might as well leave too. It's
getting kind of late. I gotta go.
And I look at it as like, that person relied on Smooth and stuff for to kind of, I want to say, keep the joy, keep the happiness and stuff, whatever, there, right? And I feel like a lot of people, they think they don't rely on other people and stuff, but I feel like I said, I'll say I rely on my family, I rely on my friends, I rely on people like that. I rely on my faith. I rely on these things and stuff, whatever, to kind of keep me centered and grounded.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, I think we just kind of downplay the importance on like how people play a part on how they make you feel.
Yeah, I think they definitely play a part. I wouldn't put all the pressure on them per se. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that them being in and that's why I think it's really important who you pick and choose who's in your circle because I'll say let's just go to the other side. There's some family members that love you, but you ain't in my circle, and I'm not going to allow you to impact me because you will impact me in a negative way, and there won't be a happiness experience.
We have associated sons for that too.
Okay, you feel me?
Some people you have to treat like a star and just love them from afar.
They're high. You know what I mean? We're gonna love you from if you wish upon a
star. That's it, man. Give them that Disney song.
Difference who you are.
That's
Listen,
it.
stay right there for me. So I don't
Remix.
cut you. I don't want to cut you. I don't want to cut you. I am Puerto Rican, so this is what we do. We take out the knife and we cut. No, let me stop. Let me stop. I feel like like I'll say that even when it comes to family, and I'm real about that. Like there are some people, friends that I just had a conversation with, my baby upstairs. Like there are some people you can know for a very long time. And it's like you've been friends with me for over 40 years.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be that star over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna love you from afar because no longer do you have or do we have experiences that are happy. These are experiences now
I
that
broke
are.
up with one of my longest friends just recently.
Oh,
Just
did you
rec-
really?
Just recently.
Yeah. Like in the month of October.
Yikes.
In the month of October and stuff, whatever.
How you feeling?
It rocked me. I cried about it. It devastated me
Of
for a bit.
course.
And I thought about it and stuff like it kind of almost reshaped my landscape a little bit, whatever.
Had
But
to.
I looked at it and stuff as where it was something that it wasn't serving me. And like you were saying and stuff, like we're probably different individuals and everything and stuff there. But I always look at stuff as where, like, I love him. So if he's telling me something and stuff, I don't think that he's telling me on a purpose that's not beneficial for me.
Right, not
Right.
malicious. He's
So-
trying to help you.
Exactly.
Right.
So
Yeah.
and it should be vice versa. When if I say I love you, I have love for you. Anything I'm telling you and stuff for them, like, yeah, I was raised in the hood,
Right.
so I'm a little abrasive, a little like, you know,
rough around the edges.
rough around the edges and stuff like
Yeah.
that. What about
Yeah.
look at it stuff as like, there's no malice, it's all love,
Right.
Yeah.
and we're on the same team.
No, it's coming
Right.
from
And
a
I
good
want-
place.
Exactly.
Of course.
But then when I looked at it and stuff is where I guess I just have to treat you like a star and love you from afar because we don't know each other or we haven't grown to that level and stuff. We've probably grown apart. I don't know, but I want to say, if any case, anything that ends in the word ship, you have to put in work to keep it afloat. I've done that. Didn't feel that. So I was like, I think we're better off falling back.
Yeah.
And that, I want to say, it was very impactful and stuff in my world. And I started looking at a whole bunch of people, like me and my friends, my other leftover friends, they were scared. They're like, yo, he's been here the longest.
What?
So if he got cut, we all can get cut. I was like, indictments will be rolling out if you don't play your position.
Listen, do it
Right.
right. But at the end of the day, this is why I say we always have to be looking around, reflecting, and saying, who's in our circle and how are they impacting us? How am I serving you? How are you serving me? And are we elevating each other?
Yeah.
And if it's not an elevation, and if it's not like I'm helping you, you're helping me, if it's not a reciprocal thing, then I have to reevaluate that. And it is hard. It is hard, but you've got to protect your peace and conserve to make sure that. And when I say conserve your energy so that you're not pouring out that energy in a bucket that has holes.
No, for
No,
fact.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I looked at it and stuff as where, because I had conversations and stuff with like individuals that's around him as well. And I said, some people take my internal growth as disrespect. And that shouldn't be the case.
No.
And if it was them, I wouldn't take it to that level. But then again, you can't, so say the signs.
Yeah.
You can't expect you from other people.
No. You got to accept people for where they're at. And when people show you who they are, believe them
Mhm.
the first time. Don't try to make them be somebody else that you want them to be just because you love them.
I remember when I stopped, just a little bit after not being a DJ and playing out like 4 or 5 times a week. My friends who were still kind of either DJs themselves or just about that lifestyle couldn't fathom why they didn't see me often or coming out to all these parties. I'm like, no, I'm like in a different stage of my life.
Right.
Like
Right.
I can't be out every weekend partying. I got other stuff that
Going
I
on.
want to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they just like they took it and fell to the fender like, yo, like yo, you don't like hanging with us? No, it's like it's not even about that. It's about me now trying to get to this level, which I can't do if I'm still doing these things.
Yeah.
I told you. Some
See?
people take your
And-
personal
and-
growth as disrespect.
And that right there is a red flag right there.
Yeah.
Because if
Oh,
I'm
definitely.
growing and you're not you're not cheering me on and you see it as a disrespect to you, then and my growth is not even about you.
Nothing.
nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with that.
Right. So, and how did this become about you now? What we talking about right now?
Yeah.
You know, but again, not everybody's at the same place. And when you're growing, you have to say to yourself, you know, is this person in a place where they can grow with me, or they're going to grow like from the stands? Like, are they going to be in the stands as a fan going, wow, that's really great, but they can't be on the team? Yeah. Yeah,
So
man.
we talk about all the time. You can't take everybody with you.
Nah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't.
he always says that.
It's the truth. It's a fact.
How would you find happiness in solitude then? Like, how if you can't take everybody with you, how do you find happiness in like just by yourself?
Well, again, that's me now stopping the casting of that wide net and focusing on the stuff that really truly makes me happy. And sometimes it's an individual thing. It's like not all of us can sit down on that with the one piece of paper in the middle and all have pencils in our hand and draw something that's going to be cohesive. It's going to be a mess. Some things are just meant for a solitude moment, right? So you find things like that. But again, it's got to be something that you enjoy. It's got to be something that you're going to be content with, because if you're not going to be content with it, then there's no way that that solo activity is going to be what you want. And then now you're going to start saying to yourself, man, I had more fun I was with so-and-so. I was with doing this. And, I mean, so now you want to go back to that old way.
He's telling the truth. You preaching right now.
Yeah, now you want to go back to those old ways to get that.
Right.
When really and truly, no, you really got to find what is it that is you as the individual and cultivate that, because guess what? And this is the next thing I say. In this life, where it's a big puzzle, right? Every individual piece is different. Too many people are trying to be the same piece and fit in that one spot, when there's a spot that you're supposed to be fitting in to complete the puzzle that does not get fit in, and the puzzle does not get completed.
Right. So be you.
Be you.
And be happy with that. So let me say, I love what you just preached. Pass around the offering basket, everybody. Where's the offering? Where's the offering, man?
That's his church.
Here we go, church.
That's his church.
Do. Come on. Yeah, come on, shout. I'm gonna say this to you though, to that question, just to piggyback off what he's saying. You gotta like you. You gotta like yourself.
That is big, but a lot of people can't like themselves.
I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. So that's where he said cultivate, right? It's gonna take time for you to like yourself. Because you're so used to having somebody else in your ear telling you how great you are, or how, oh, you look so great, or da. So now when you talk about solitude now, right? This just you, yourself, and you, right? What is it that you like? What is it that, like, again, fills your cup? What is it that makes you feel excited? What is it that lights your eyes up? What is it? And so it can be really distracting to be around a lot of people, because you don't have to pay attention to yourself when you got a lot of people around you, right? You don't have to pay attention to what you like, what you don't like, what makes you happy, what makes you excited, what makes you scared,
That's why some people can't sit by themselves and be content with them just themselves.
Because when you're by yourself,
you have to look at yourself
and think the thoughts that are there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know some people that actually will take time to like binge watch things on Netflix because they don't even want to hear their own thoughts.
Bingo.
You hear me?
Yeah.
They don't want to even hear their own thoughts. They can't even sit with themselves. So they're like, I'm gonna put on Suits for the rest of the weekend, because they're by themselves. They live by themselves, but they don't want to be left by themselves. And I'm saying, turn the Netflix off. Find what it is. Go outside. Find out, do you like going for walks? Or walks not a thing for you? Would you rather run? Are you a gym person? You like going to the mall? Do you people watch? What is it? What is it? Like, check yourself and find yourself and get to know yourself, but then like yourself. Because when you start liking yourself, you'll give yourself permission to draw for hours. Like, I if anybody knows me, I'm an artist. I used to draw as well.
Nice.
I love colors. I used to paint, everything.
Yeah.
Right? My friend, a couple years ago for my birthday, bought me a book and it's I think all of the different proverbs or something like that, but it's got it's a coloring book.
Okay.
And she got me that, yo, I went, got me some markers, pastels,
You went to
and
town.
what? I mean,
That's what I'm talking about.
I sat there for hours because the colors and creating it just brought me joy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It brought me happiness, and it left with me. And it's like, even as I'm speaking about it right now, y'all
I
can
can see it.
see
Yeah, I can see it.
it's but that's a presence, right? Because
Mm.
I know that art and being able to express myself through colors and coloring and art and what have you, it makes me happy, and it leaves me with a presence of joy.
That's
So
great.
even just thinking about it and thinking about some of the artwork that I've done, I've got joy. I'm content. I'm good with that.
I'm not
That's what I'm
mad
saying.
at
But
that.
I'm
but
good with that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that. Like
Yeah.
you brought it to that point where you're now sitting here, even thinking back
You
at
you
it.
feel it.
I can see it. I can
You can
feel it.
sense it and feel it, that I'm not even BSing you. I just love it. I could color for hours. Same thing with music. Same thing with dancing.
Music
Same
is my thing. Music is my, what is it? What's the guy named Mims? Music is my savior.
Yeah.
I honestly,
Yes.
deep down inside and stuff, whatever, I look at it stuff like, we were having this conversation the other day. I'm like, how do you guys function in life without music?
Music.
So like they were saying, because it was a mini indictment against Marvin. We were all having burgers.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
We were all having burgers and stuff, and it was like, oh, this guy takes forever in the shower. He has to pick up a playlist. Don't you?
Doesn't anybody?
See?
Doesn't everybody?
No, they just take quiet showers.
I just-
My
I'm like,
gosh.
serial killers.
Oh my-
Serial killers.
Yo, listen, honestly,
Says the man with
music is
Pennywise on his socks. But yeah, and I always look at
music
it
is life.
yeah, music is life. Like, I'll go for walks, I can do chores, I can do things. Like, I don't
Yeah.
even want to say, like, when I'm doing podcast research, I look at stuff as even like the lo-fi. I fell in love with lo-fi music and stuff
Oh,
over the
yeah.
course of years.
Yeah.
Cause like I got into like classic lo-fi hits and stuff, whatever. And I'm like, now I can actually take in some music and actually study and retain information
Yes.
that I need to and stuff. And
Yes.
I was like, when I heard one of my coworkers like, yeah, I just listen to talk radio to go to work. I was like, how did you not kill nobody yet? Like, I don't understand. Like,
But that's somebody's thing.
That's it-
That's,
that's it.
somebody's
That's it.
thing.
That's the thing.
That's you got to know yourself. You know what I mean? So I feel you. And for me, like music, it depends on what. Like you just said, chores, soca, straight. Like once
you
I'm
soca to clean?
soca,
Shit.
music. What?
Am I
Destra. I'll bring the wine. Don't waste my time.
House is clean from top to bottom.
behind. I dare you. I dare you. What? Come on, and I'm cleaning. I dare you
Top to
watching me
bottom.
and the party
House
boy.
clean.
What? Yo, the house is spick and span with Destra. Don't play around. But then, when I'm ready to just sit back and cook, I need some Bojo Bantan. I need some Shiloh.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
till I'm laid to rest. Yes, always. I need that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just, it depends. But music is life. I'm with
Music
you.
is life, man. Like I look at it stuff as like Sundays is I call them my self-care Sundays,
Mhm.
my soulful Sundays. So I'm playing like, I told myself no hip hop before 1 p.m.
There you go.
Right.
No hip hop, like before 1 p.m. There's no hip hop and stuff. So I'm listening to like some oldies. I get the Shaka
Yes.
Khan in the system and stuff. I get the Temptations. I get all these type of things kind of just rolling
I
through the
love
body
it.
and stuff, whatever. Then I'm like,
Yeah.
because that sets a different kind of vibe.
It does.
And then now, much as like I'm doing like the whole self-care thing and stuff, whatever, I'm looking like, then when I step out the shower and stuff, whatever, I gotta turn off the lights. I was like, yo, I'm Teddy Pendergrass Jr. out here, man. Talk to me. Like my tone has been set for the day.
Yes.
And I'm good. And I look at it
Yes.
stuff as like, I don't need individuals to get me to that joyful feeling.
No.
Right.
Right. And I always look at it stuff as like, I always pray and hope that the people and stuff who are lost, like either you're clinically depressed or you have these kind of like situations or moments going on in your world, you try to find like a little healthy
Yes.
balance to say like, yes, this is what's going on, but I know what kind of makes me happy because it's like you said, knowledge of self
Yeah.
and lean into that.
Yeah.
Lean into it.
Lean into it.
Cultivate it.
Yeah.
And then actually, you know, there's with the awareness and being able to cultivate that, there's just then liking yourself.
Yes.
Like liking. I've said to people, like I'm about to go and watch Gladiator. My godson said, "Oh, who you going with?" I said, "Me." He's like, "Wait, you going to the movies by yourself?" I said, "Sure am." do I have to go with somebody else? Like, I like me. I like my company. I will go to the movies. I will go to dinner by myself. I sure will.
I've gone to dinner by myself, but
Dinner,
I realize
movies, whatever.
I haven't done a movie thing yet, whatever,
Mhm.
right? I've done dinner and stuff like that, but I realize and stuff that like I guess the energy that I give or I bring,
Mm.
people gravitate towards me,
Yes.
right? So I remember I told myself, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go have dinner and stuff, whatever, right? And I
Mhm.
said, you know what? I want some meat and potatoes. So I said, let me go for a steak.
Mhm.
And I went to I think this time as I was getting bougie, I'm going to the Shangri-La
Oh
to go sit
wow.
at the bar.
Oh
Right,
wow.
right.
So I was like,
All right now,
I'm-
Shangri-La.
exactly.
Hey.
So I'm like, I
Hey
went
there.
So when I'm walking close to the restaurant and stuff, whatever too, like to the hotel and everything, I'm looking like I can go somewhere else. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me. I'm just gonna be in my vibe. I'm just gonna eat food. And I was sitting there. Then one lady, she's like, "Oh, handsome, why you sitting here by yourself?"
So here we
Where's
go.
your wife? So I was like, "Oh shit, bless your heart." Then the bartender and stuff started talking, and then he's leaning into our conversation. All three of us are having this combo and stuff
Yeah.
with it. And I was like,
Yeah.
this is God. I don't think I was made to have dinner by myself
Right.
because I went in there with the intention and stuff, whatever. I met two new people and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
They're actually dope people and stuff to kind of just get to know.
Yeah.
So the bartender and stuff for the longest, whatever, like he hit me periodically because we all swapped out numbers
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
and everything like. But then the lady, she had more intentions on doing some dying. So,
Right, right,
like,
right,
you know,
okay.
she's like, I'm married, but you can come on by. I was like, yeah, I feel like I might get killed. And
I
at the
don't
time,
want to get hurt.
I was in like my mid-20s at the time and stuff too. So I'm looking like,
Mm,
yeah, I'm gonna let the pool boy. So this is
Yeah.
gonna be a hard no and stuff for that. But thank you for the offer.
I appreciate
And I
it.
look at it stuff as where, for me, I'm okay with doing these things and stuff like by myself.
Yeah.
The movie thing, I haven't made peace with whatever because I like people.
Yeah.
And I look at it stuff as like if you two are on a date and I'm sitting here by my damn self, I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, can you believe that shit right there?
That's
Like-
exactly what I do.
Like, yo, I was
That's
happy.
exactly what
And
I
then
do.
you guys are looking like, this psycho just touched me, babe.
Oh wow, really? I don't think like that. I
Yo.
just see. You see how you say you got a magnetic
personality.
personality. Mine is the same. I could be anywhere in the world. I even said this to a friend of mine who didn't believe me, and I said, "I promise you, I don't ask for these things. I just go places by myself because I like me,
Mhm.
and then when I get there, whoever's there." Will gravitate to me and
Gravitate.
not just gravitate to me, they will gravitate to me and tell me very personal things. It's like I get into like a Dr. Yanla Vanzant session and I'm like, why am I counseling this person? Do I even know this? Why are they telling me these very personal
The
things?
air.
But yeah,
You get. I have that too. It's the same kind of air and stuff, whatever.
it's that
I used to put it off on the Kavorka, but I just realized that like, yo, it's just certain things and stuff that people just looking love like.
they just I
There's
don't know.
something
They just
about
know.
you that they see and they vibe. Cause I remember
Yes.
I went to a gas station one day and I was pumping gas, and there was a guy, he pulled up, older gentleman and stuff, whatever. He had a beard and stuff, whatever too. I'm pumping gas. He pulls up and stuff. He's on that side. I'm on this side pumping
Mhm.
gas. And then the man's like, yo, there's something about you and stuff, whatever. I feel like, yo, you're a cool ass dude and stuff, whatever.
Listen.
He's like, I know you're part of the beard gang because he tapped his beard and stuff,
Yeah.
whatever, right? So like BG, beard gang.
Yeah,
And I just
yeah.
left it like that, whatever, right? And then
Yeah.
when I went to go pay for my gas, eventually he came in and stuff, whatever, right? So I was like, I bought a lotto ticket and stuff, and when I bought the lotto ticket stuff at the time and stuff, I'm like, yo, you should buy a lotto ticket too and stuff. I'm like, I
Mhm.
hope you win. He's like, don't you want to win? I'm like, what if we both win?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I meet you at OLG.
Come on.
Right. Right.
Right?
And then he's like, I knew that about you when I pulled up. So I was like, well, what did you see? Because I can't see nothing and stuff
I know. What,
about me. But he's like, no. He's like, yo, some people and stuff, they just have it.
yeah. Yeah.
They just
And
have it.
I really feel so this is going back to solitude. I feel like it's not meant for us to be in solitude, but if we're in solitude with ourselves
We're okay.
and we're okay.
Yeah.
But then even with that, I'm gonna go to the movies by myself. I'm gonna go here by myself. Anytime I go anywhere by myself, I'm never by myself. First of all, I'm with me and
And
God.
God. And God.
That's 100%. But here's the other thing. The magnet thing happens where no matter where I go, it could be the movies. Somebody's going to talk to me. I'm going to talk to somebody. Eye contact.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen. We're going to have a conversation. Be like, child, did you see that? Oh my God. And it'll be like to people that I don't even know.
know.
At the end, they'll be like, oh my God, that was crazy.
But I believe that I
Connection.
believe that comes with knowing yourself,
It does.
cultivating yourself, and as you grow, your aura grows with you.
Yes.
So
That's a fact.
it's like when people are seeing that aura about you, it's because you've done so much work with in yourself
Smooth.
that it has no other choice but to shine outwards.
Yes.
And people to see it and gravitate towards it.
Yes, 1000%. And that's the truth for the opposite as well. So you go to a bar at the Shangri-La and people are magnetized to you and want to talk to you. If you didn't do the work, or if you're not doing the work, I'll say that, not did, because it's an ongoing, evolving process.
Never stops
Right.
till you die.
It never stops, right? But the more you continue to cultivate that and become well with yourself, the ones that are not well with themselves, have you met them? I have. And you can tell by their aura as well that they're not well with themselves. They're not comfortable with themselves, that there's something else going on in there. They give you that don't talk to me vibe. Like they do the repelling as opposed to the magnetizing.
Right.
So
right.
it's those people as well. That's why we're talking about this. You've got to be in a place where you're like, I'm not perfect and I don't want to be perfect, but I want to understand me and love me really well, so that when I get around people, that love that I have for myself is what they experience. And the other stuff is, and when people hate themselves or not well with themselves, that's something we experience as well.
That you can see.
Yeah.
And feel 100%.
Let me ask you, like I said, you went from nothing to amazing, not even something, to amazing.
Oh, thank you. So kind.
Does success lead to happiness?
Absolutely not.
Why not?
But
I've heard, before you start,
yeah,
one of my favorite rappers, Fabulous, said, money can't buy happiness, but it's a damn good down payment.
it sure is. Sure is, to a certain degree. I'll say this. Just like I said, happiness is what you make those memories, right? You make those moments. Money can help in that area. Money can say, let me go to the Shangri-La. Money can say, so like when I went to...
I was just recently graduated. I was feeling myself, okay, Sherri?
I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm saying, like, we went, like, I'm going to say this. I went to Atlanta this weekend, or not this weekend, sorry, this summer for Invest Fest. Oh, shout out to Troy and Rashad.
Yes.
And they
Earn
did
Your Leisure.
Yeah, Earn Your Leisure. They did an amazing, amazing job. So anyway, we were staying at the Nobu, and my first time in Nobu. Shout out to Nobu Atlanta. They were proper.
Nice.
And so, but going there, it was a perspective that certain people had, right? That if you're at the Nobu, you must be successful.
Right.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I met people there. And so let me just say first, before I say who I met there, I'll say that success is relative, right? To whoever is calling it success. Because success could be a bank account number. Success could be great relationships with people in your life. Success can be, I just got this deal and that was successful because I was working on this deal for 6 months and now I just got... Success can be so many different things. So
success
I think
is quantified in different people's worlds.
yeah, it's relative.
Yeah.
Right. So when we generalize it and say, does success lead to happiness? There were people at the Nobu who, on the outside, you might look at them and say, what they have, oh, they must be successful. They were very unhappy.
Yeah.
Extremely unhappy. Have a conversation with them and you'll see. Right? So does success lead to happiness? No, it doesn't. And I will say, though, that you can bring happiness on your journey towards success. You can bring it with you. You can choose to invite it along the way while you're heading towards success, whatever success may be for you.
Right.
You can say, I'm not going to kill myself while I'm trying to get towards success. I'm going to have some fun along the way. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to bring the people around me that I want to, share and pour into and love. I'm going to have... So that could be something that happiness and success is intertwined with, but it's not success leads to that.
No, you're right.
No, I don't. I think that is... I think that's relative.
I think for me, that was probably one of my problems and stuff where I would want to bring, like, I want to say, at the time, people who weren't worthy of me to come with me on the road to success.
Yeah. And everybody can't come.
Everybody, everybody can't come and stuff for that. And it was a jagged little pill to swallow because I like people and I'm a social butterfly and stuff too. As much as I'm like, I don't want to overlook somebody's, I want to say, time with me as like granted, take it for granted and stuff. But I'm like, yo, you've been here and stuff, whatever, day one and everything like that. Yo, we doing this. We sipping the champagne. We're enjoying these finer things, whatever. But then I'm looking, I'm like, I don't think you put in enough work to be here.
Right.
Yo, I think the first time I experienced that was when the first trip I took to New York. I brought a couple of friends with me, right? We stayed at my cousin's house. And that time I was there, I was looking to shop music and stuff like that, right? So then my cousin at the time, rest his soul, he was a good judge of character. And he's like, he pulled me one side and says, yo, those people what you with, they're only riding coattails. They're waiting on you to get to where you want to go. They're not doing anything to help you get to where you want to go. They just want to be there when you get there.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
And then I started thinking about that. I think the analogy of the hot air balloon came to my mind, where
Let me say this.
you stay grounded, you stay on the ground until you start releasing some of those stones that are holding the hot air balloon to the ground.
Very good. Very good.
Who said that?
Smooth.
Oh,
This guy right here.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
This guy right here.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's so hard. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard
it's
because
hard.
you just said something. You said day ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something that I heard at Next Level Speakers. He said, Dr. Eric Thomas said, some of your day ones, you keep them around because they're your day ones, but they're heavyweight. He said sometimes it's your day 3s and day 10s that are actually pushing you further than your day 1s. Your day 1s are entitled.
Man.
They feel like they should just drink the champagne because they've been there since grade 2 or whatever it is. But what you've been doing since grade 2, and or do you deserve not and don't deserve it in the sense of like, what have you done for me lately? Not that vibe. But do you deserve it in the sense of, are you there for me in that sense of pushing me forward and celebrating me and cheering me on or whatever? Or are you just a spectator holding on to coattails, waiting for somebody to say, are you, come on in? You know what I'm saying?
Drink the champagne.
Ready
Pop
here.
these bottles.
Yeah. They can't always come.
Yeah, no, I've I want to say recently and stuff, but even like around that whole friendship thing, because like I said, the episode was called Shirtgate, and it was like one of my friends hit me and stuff when he heard it. He's like, yo, this is like a diss track to your friends. But I'm like that. I just want real people around me because like where I am gonna be and stuff, whatever. Like in my next portion of life, I can't have I'm not a snake charmer. I can't have snakes and vipers around me.
No.
Right.
So I need to let that be known and stuff, whatever. Like I'm gonna leave that over there while I go do. Let me be great.
Yeah.
Let me be great.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're not gonna help me be great and stuff, whatever, just let me be great over here.
Yes.
Right. And when I was watching a Breakfast Club interview with Young Dro.
Okay.
And Young Dro was on there, and he was saying he was battling with addiction, a whole bunch of things and stuff going on in his world and everything like that, like heavy to even like, I think he was saying like his daughter was seeing some changes and stuff within him. The friend he brought to the Breakfast Club is on a back couch over there just laughing and stuff, whatever, right? And like they had like a mild argument and stuff, whatever. He's like, T.I. had to jump in and like, come on, man. He's talking about his addiction and what's going on in his life and stuff. Whatever. You over there just laughing at this and stuff, whatever. And I'm looking like, that's your man you brought.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? But you brought him because you want him to be in the room because he's your day one or whatever it is. But does he deserve to be there?
They start arguing right on the Breakfast Club. He's like, man, I don't know who you talking to. Like he's talking. I was like, security could just uplift you. You're not even on the mic.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here. Like, you're here because
you're
of Dro.
Here. Yeah. You're graced to be here.
And then Dro's like, yeah, he's like, people like this and stuff will always hold you back. So he's like, that's why he's grateful that he's been sober for these years and
That's
stuff. And I
good.
was like, yo, good for you, man.
That's good.
I'm like, definitely when you leave there, you better not be friends with him.
Please
Yeah.
send him
Send him
right
back
home.
right back to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we need to make those decisions, and they're hard to make because you love people, but I could love you and miss you at the same time.
I don't want to miss you no more.
I could love you and be like, take care. You don't have to be here. It's okay.
Yeah, I think certain people play a certain role at certain points
Times.
in your life.
I don't like that
Seasons.
expression, that reason and season
No,
thing,
it's
whatever.
true.
Like,
Reason, season, lifetime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's facts.
Or there's the one, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's the train of life, where some people get on at certain stations and some people get off at certain stations.
Yeah.
But your train still continues to go on.
Yeah, I love that. Love it. You got the analogies today. Smooth has got the analogies.
just today.
Wow, they just flowing like what?
It's the Black Shirt Collective.
The hot balloon, but now we got the train. The hot black,
The Black Shirt Collective.
black, yeah.
Do you believe the pursuit of happiness is worth it?
Worth what?
Well,
Worth the pursuit?
yes. Because if, like, I want to say over the period of time, if you maintain your life and your world, I feel like certain people, maybe I'm optimistic, but I just feel like some people might be able to just start to hone in the wants and the needs eventually. Because I look at it for myself, I'm pretty sure at an 18-year-old self at the time and stuff like that, I probably was saying some stupid stuff like, I want to get with Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to have this amount of much money and everything. Like, even the career path I chose wasn't going to give me that. But I'm like, I'm still going to pop bottles. I'm still going to live in like this and stuff until over time has come in and set in and stuff. And I'm looking like, I just need a good woman by my side.
Period.
Right.
Like, I don't need Ashanti and stuff like that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to pop bottles. I just need to enjoy good drinks with good people and stuff when it's you know, permittable. Right? So I look at it stuff as where I've gotten here. Well, granted, with other shadow work I've done, like self-awareness and other things like that. But I feel like maybe I'm optimistic, but don't you think people might get here eventually instead of just going like, fuck it, I'm gonna go try and do whatever it takes to get this yacht. And if I'm on the yacht, I'll figure it out after that.
I think so. Yeah. So this is the thing I'm gonna say. I think that if you know what makes you happy, you know it because you've taken the time to be self-aware. You know what fills your cup. You know what allows you to feel that experience that with people. Then I say pursue it, and it's worth it if you can pursue what you know makes you happy. The reason why I hesitated when you first asked that is because when people say is the pursuit of happiness worth it, it's like as long as you understand what happiness is. If
Right.
you don't understand what happiness is, you might try to get that yacht thinking that that's going to make you happy. Then you pursue it just like that Bentley and you're upset because all you had to go through to get it. And then you get it and you're not even happy.
And you're not even happy. Yeah.
Right? So I feel like the pursuit of happiness is worth it as long as you know truly what that looks like for you. If the pursuit of happiness is something where you're trying to keep up with the Joneses or have a life that doesn't even really truly reflect who you truly are, and you don't even know what contentment looks like, you're not even acquainted with joy, then you're going to be, it's a very, very serious way to get addicted to a drug. And I'm telling you, like, that's why I'm like, pursue it as long as you know what it is for you. Don't pursue what you want to call happiness or what you think like getting with Ashanti.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby, right? I don't know if you know at that time you're young, but you have to grow, right? So yes, pursuit of happiness is worth it as long as you are doing the work to understand yourself. And then it changes. Because what I pursued at 20 is not what I pursued at 40. It's definitely not what I pursued at 50. Right?
Right.
So being able to let certain people off the train, be able to like say, you know, you're going to be a star and not my universe, you know, being able to say day one, you can't come in the room because I'm not arguing with you, you know, like all of that. You've got to be able to be okay with doing those things. Then I say, yeah, pursuit of happiness is worth it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think some people, I feel like some people and stuff, what I've seen from other people is people, like these people I've seen overextend themselves to the people that don't deserve it. right?
that's
And then
part.
when you overextend yourself to people that don't deserve it now, I look at this stuff as where like let's say person A is doing the most. I'm looking like if you're not gonna get that in reciprocal and stuff there, why even take them? Why
Why?
even think they can probably come with you and
Right.
stuff,
Right.
right?
Right.
Right.
And like so
That's
to
a
the
good
friend or to the
question.
person that person A, they're looking at stuff as like, well, I just want to do the greater good. So I'm like, man, be a villain. Fuck the greater good right now and stuff. You got to do what serves you.
Yeah.
Because other things that you've done and stuff in your world, I'm pretty sure, like even this person doesn't do things and stuff whatever to say step on people or like like harm people in the process to like to climb to be great.
Right.
So I'm looking like you're already doing that. I'm like
Yeah.
that's fine enough. If you tell this person no, they need to understand the power of no and stuff whatever because you can't overextend yourself and to make yourself thin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that boundaries are a real thing. It's also a part of the pursuit of happiness. Because if you don't have boundaries, you'll pursue happiness and you'll have bandwagoners, coattailers, dead weights, all these day ones. You'll have all these people that are going to be a part of your pursuit feeling like they should be
Should
there.
be.
And you might even convince yourself that they should be there too.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I've known them
Yeah.
for so long,
Yeah.
or they have been my best friend for, they've got certain titles in your life. And it's like, that has nothing to do with them being on your journey. So I feel like again it goes right back to it, you got to know yourself.
You gotta know yourself.
You got to
You
know
gotta know
yourself and
Self.
understand and have knowledge of self.
being able to evaluate a situation and people also is something that you got to develop because if
Would you consider that in the realm of self-awareness?
I would consider it in the realm.
Okay.
The area.
But I'm saying that to say this is because at the same time you should not be afraid to to give a part of yourself, knowing that it may be that person may be looking to see or maybe afraid to give a part of themselves because they might not know where you're willing to meet them, right? So you give a little bit of yourself and then you watch
Yes.
to see what's coming back,
Yes.
right? But understand if you keep giving bits of yourself and nothing is coming back, then it's time to reevaluate that relationship.
Yeah. 1000%.
That's fair.
1000%.
I dig that.
And it's hard. I just don't want to make it sound like it sounds so wonderful what he just said.
No, it's very
but it's
hard.
so hard to do that when you have people that you love. And I think that the things that get twisted is because we use that word. Because I love them. That's like a brother to me or like a sister to me or what have you. It's like you could love them and still recognize the fact that this is not a reciprocal relationship.
I love Kool-Aid, but Kool-Aid ain't healthy. Like,
Can't do
it.
it. Can't do it, right?
Yeah.
But being okay with letting go. Like that dead weight with that hot air balloon, that's such a great analogy. But you got to let those weights go in order to be able to rise up.
Yep.
Bars.
You gotta.
Bars.
That's a song too.
Yeah.
Let me stop. Go ahead. I was about to sing.
My last topic and stuff on this is how can someone find happiness in dark times? What do you recommend, Smooth? And then we'll let the later hour go first.
Go ahead.
So again, I'm gonna have to go back to the real. So when it's dark, I go straight to God. That's my first go-to. Because there's a verse in the Bible that I've learned to be and I've experienced to be true. It says, in the presence of the Lord, there's fullness of joy. Right. And there's liberty, it says, but fullness of joy. And I've been in the presence of God, or I've allowed God's presence to be in my life. And in dark times, in times where I'm like, I don't think we're gonna get out of this. This is gonna be bad. And God has been there to show me, oh no, there's a light.
There's a light.
Yeah.
It looks dim right now because you really in the dark, but I'm gonna just show on this light right here so you can see, oh wait, there's an opportunity for us to get up out of this. It's not gonna stay dark forever. There's also scripture that says weeping may endure for a night, but joy does come in the morning. And I'm a witness to that. That it's dark sometimes and it's hard sometimes and you lose people and you grieve and things happen, but you don't have to stay there. So I think that when my personal way of, you don't have to stay. Yeah. And that's why I say, contentment, even happiness, those are things that I can do something about.
Yeah.
I purposely know what my go-tos are. And so for me, when it's a dark time, I have this thing called, you know how we have first aid kits
Yeah.
at our house? I make an emotional first aid kit.
Oh, okay.
I
That is
make it up.
brand new. I never heard that before.
I made it up. That's why you
Nice.
didn't hear.
Yeah, we thought
Okay,
we
okay,
are here.
brilliant.
We
We're making up stuff.
We are the
Okay,
black
then.
shirt gang.
Okay, black shirt. Black shirt. Don't play around with us, okay? Don't play around with us. But I made it up because I was like, you know, when you cut your hand, what do? We run for the
First,
Band-Aid. We
Band-Aid,
burn
the
the alcohol.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna wipe it off. I'm gonna sterilize it. Where's the polyspore? I'm gonna put a Band-Aid. I'm gonna gauze with it. Because it's a thing that we can see. But when we're emotionally cut and when we're emotionally wounded, you can't see the bleeding, but you're internally bleeding. You're wounded. You're weak. You're tender, right? And so what do? Where's the first aid kit for that? What do we do to nurse that wound? Music
Yeah.
is the first thing for
Music
me.
is for me too.
Well, sir, God, music, art, laughter.
Yeah, laughter.
Comedy. I will purposely put on like some of my favorite comedians. And then honestly, family and food. I'm not gonna lie. Like I love to cook. I love to cook for people. So I love, you know, if I've got people that I love and I just tell them to come, even if it's a dark time, I'll tell them to come over and I'll cook for them and I'll watch them enjoy the food. That's something
would you like share some of like, you
Yeah.
know, like that you were sad or you were going through some things?
Sometimes it depends. It depends on the vibe, right? Like
Right.
if that vibe, I say to them, you know, yo guys, you guys coming through has
Like, yeah,
lifted
you're
me
gonna
up.
cook for them and everything like
I'll
that.
cook.
And
Everybody's
then you'll
sitting
tell them
down,
that.
and I'll be like, "Yo, this was a hard day today, but you guys just brighten my day." Sometimes it might just be that. It might not necessarily go into details for anything. You guys just brighten my day, just being here,
Nice.
right? Or it could be like, you know, I was going through this, that, and the third, and this is what I was thinking, and I just love, you know, I might go into it, right? But it depends on the vibe. It depends on how I'm feeling, and sometimes I might not say anything. I'll just experience the joy that comes from the happiness that comes from that moment and allow myself to feel that.
Now, before you answer, when they exit, let's say that like a group of people come through and they exit now, would let's say your feeling change?
No,
Because
no. Can I tell you? I'm gonna do exactly what Smooth said he does. He'll experience that moment and then try to maximize them, and then when it's over, he'll regurgitate it. So that's what I'll do. I'll sit back and say, you know,
today was a
when my
good day.
granddaughter was saying, "Oh, this mac and cheese is so good, abuela," and and then I'll smile and I'll think about that and I'll experience the joy that I felt in that moment. So this is me being intentional with my contentment. Like that's why I feel contentment is a decision because I'm
Right.
sitting
Yeah.
down now and I'm telling myself we're gonna remember what we just had. But let me just say about this first aid kit, there are things that I actually have in a box, and I'll open it up. It's a CD.
CD.
It's a CD, some playlist back in the day. I know. Y'all don't know nothing about no
They
CDs
don't know about them CDs.
or
They
DVDs.
don't know about them things.
Or we used to have them. We used to put them in what do you call a mechanical thing?
The disc drive, the CD
Yeah, we
ROM,
put them
yeah.
in there. We press play. They used to play music. Okay, it wasn't just coming from your phone. But I actually have a few CDs in this box. I have pictures of my family in memories
Nice.
that are good times. I have poetry in there, poetry that I wrote from back in the day.
You used to write poems?
I used to do spoken word poetry.
Oh, snap.
Nice.
There you
Nice.
go. Secrets just coming out.
What?
Yeah, snap it up. Yeah, I used to do poetry slams and stuff like that. And
Oh,
spoken
don't
word.
mean to cut you, but either a month or so ago we had children's book writer Aubrey Clark on the show.
Aubrey Clark. Oh,
And
Aubrey.
he'd give you the most big ups.
Did he?
He said, "Yo, I had Sherri on." He goes, "Sherri is a beautiful
Oh,
person."
I grew up with Aubrey.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Nice.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Small
Great
world.
guy. Great
Yeah,
guy.
oh, yeah,
Great
he's
guy.
a great guy.
Yeah, you guys should buy his books. Sweet illustrator as well as a writer.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to you, Aubrey. But yeah, I just have these things in a box. So it's music, it's pictures, it's markers, it's coloring stuff. It's things that I know that's going to bring me joy. It's recipes. It's arroz con pollo, my grandmother's recipe, right? So the way she did it, you know what I mean? Because it reminds me that food,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
makes
Take you
me
back.
takes me back to that particular dish that brought back so all of the so those are the things that when I know I'm in a dark place, I go to my emotional first aid kit and I open it up and do intentionally the things that I know is going to fill my cup and
Yeah.
help me get out of that place.
Nice.
That's what I do.
What do you do, Smoke?
That's dope. I mean, it's more or less the same things, right? It's like again, it's the understanding that you have the power at any time to change your mood,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if I'm in a dark place, I understand that it's me feeling this way and it's just the feeling. What am I now going to do to change that feeling? Right? So again, just like Sherri says, like I like to make music, right? That's part of my joy. So I'll tap into that.
Yeah.
I'll start making music, right? I like to, again, found back drawing. I'll draw, right? And I always keep in the thought in my mind, and I tell my kids this. It's like, tomorrow's a new day. It's like you don't have to bring today's problem
Into tomorrow.
into tomorrow.
Fair.
You can leave it. You
Right.
can choose to leave it
Right.
in today, right? But going forward, you can bring a whole bunch of new feelings into tomorrow. I hate the expression, I'm having a bad day. There's nothing wrong with the day. You're having a bad moment.
Come on.
You are having a bad
It's kind of like
moment.
the half empty, half full thing again, all over
Still.
again.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. People are
Yes.
just still fixated and stuff for them. Like, yo, I'm having a bad day. I'm like, and even if we broke down the day in 15-minute increments and stuff, I'm like every 15 minutes something as bad is happening
Come
to you.
on.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Right?
I was like, nah.
But
man.
again, and let's even to Smooth's point, even in regards to like it's gonna sound like to people who are, clinically depressed or struggle with depression, that it's gonna sound like, well, it's not that simple. I wanna say in regards to that, it's not to be made like it's a simple thing.
No.
But
No.
it is a thing that if practiced over and over and over and over again, it does become habitual.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I will say that as well, just like if we sat here right now and we thought about a sad moment in our lives, all of our moods would literally shift and change.
Right.
But not just our moods, our body.
Right.
Our bodies, our chemicals would release the little hypostatic.
Hypothalamus.
Thank you. You know what I'm saying? A little hypo something in there that releases the stress hormones will be released once we go into that particular place because our body says, hey, we're feeling sad, we're feeling stressed. And so the chemicals go through our body to try to tell us, hey, we're feeling sad. And our organs have to start, start preserving the sugar because we're going to pancreas, start doing your job. All of these things happen in our body, just like when we think about the negative or think about something sad, the same thing happens on the positive side when we think, when we choose to say, I'm going to think about a happy moment. So when you say like when they leave and I've finished feeding them, I'm going to sit back and think about while I'm washing the dishes and cleaning up, I'll be thinking about them eating. I'll be thinking about what we were talking about. I'll think about the music because there's going to be music in the background. Suavemente, bésame, aunque no quiero labios. Right? We'll be listening to that as we're eating. Sabe, sabe.
It's a hit right there. It's a hit.
Right? We're gonna be listening to I'm gonna and look at us now. Our whole just even with that.
Because you start off with a lower tune and a lower vibe, and then your vibration got a little bit higher and everything, and then the laughter came in, and then the mood just got lighter again.
There you go. And your body also responds to that as well. So the feelings, like I feel like sometimes, especially with Gen Z and millennials, sometimes, again, not trying to throw shade on them, but like Gen Xers and baby boomers know how to handle feelings a little bit different, knowing that it's not going to be forever. Sometimes with millennials and Gen Zs, and even Gen Alphas that are coming up, they feel like the feeling is going to be forever and I am going to die. And it's like, it's not. Right. It's a feeling and those things are fleeting and they will pass. So just making the decision to think positively can actually shift the chemical balance in your body.
For me, I always take it basic and stuff as like, get the context of the music and stuff too. So for me, I look at it stuff as like, yo, take a shower. You got to take a shower, because I feel like once at least that is clean, like your body is clean and stuff, whatever, your mood changes slightly and stuff, even with that.
That's true.
You listen to music and stuff, whatever, that's another aspect and stuff, whatever too. Me, I look at stuff as like, take a shower, I talk to God, I'm jamming to my tunes, my mood is already going to like the 100. And I want to say like, yo, I don't want to sound like a Jordan Peterson broken record, but like, clean your room. Like, you can't expect to get like clarity in chaos. You got clothes all over here, you got shit all over there and stuff, whatever. I'm like, you already going through a lot in here.
Facts.
Right.
I'm like, how are you expecting to like see some kind of like clarity with something and stuff, whatever? Like, you're walking over like a whole bunch of things. So I always look at stuff as like, when I heard Dr. Bryant say it and stuff, she was saying like, yeah, if a person's hygiene is not upkept well, it shows that they're already leading towards depression and stuff like that, as is.
Right.
Right. And then much as like their surroundings and stuff, and that's from Jordan Peterson. Now look, like, I try to make sure like whatever surroundings and stuff, even like my desk area and stuff at work, I want to say it's not that, it was bigger before. And then it got smaller. I'm like, all right, screw it. Let me just keep this in the corner right here.
Yeah.
I had an argument one day at work and stuff. And I'm like, do you want anything? I'm like, a Lamborghini. These assholes bought me a Hot Wheels Lamborghini.
Did they?
So I just leave it right there in front of my PC. I just, and they piss them off, but they're looking like, I'm like, I'm not wasting Lamborghini you guys bought from me.
That's right.
I'm enjoying it.
That's right.
What's the problem? And then they just leave me alone. But even in that one area stuff, where everybody just knows like, yo, Marv keeps his area organized, neat, clean.
Yeah.
They know, like I said, there was an indictment on my shower time and stuff, whatever. I'm going to get clean. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to go for these walks so I can be one with God and nature and everything.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the reason why I always look like I'm happy.
Yeah.
Because people always look like, how are you so always happy and everything? I'm telling you the shit I do.
Yeah. But see, you put work into it. Like, that's actually effort. And I think that that's the thing. Like, when it comes to like in a dark time, when you're in a dark time, you don't want to do anything. You just kind of like you just said, I don't want to take a shower. I don't want to eat. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get out of bed. You've got to actually put that one foot in for the other and be like, I'm going to go take a shower. We're going to start with that.
And do it.
I'm going to go get dressed. I'm going to go get my hair done. I'm going to do, like, you're going to have to pour into you. You're going to have to pour into you.
I wore a cardigan this week and stuff to work and everything. They're like, damn, the meeting is that intense? So I was like, I can't bathe and put on clothes.
Come on. Can I look good? Can I look good and feel good? That's it.
Like, I don't understand. And then when I said that to somebody, I think like on the Friday, she flagged me up. She's like, look, I put makeup on. I'm like, oh, you're going out today? She's like, no, I'm just doing it just to feel great today.
There we go.
I was like, bap,
yeah, brap for sure.
Yeah, so
let's
like,
go.
Like, we overlook our mental and our mental being so many times.
So true.
When it comes to like ourselves,
Yes.
when we're by ourselves and everything and stuff, like, okay, if he's going through a dark time and I'm not, he still needs to figure out and stuff like that. Now, if he's willing to, like, you can't heal if you don't reveal, right?
Yes.
So if he's willing to reveal, me in his love support corner be like, yo, boss, like, you when some of my friends like, yo, I don't know what to do, I'm lost. I'm like, go take a shower.
That's always the go-to first.
I'm like, yo, go take a shower.
Yeah.
I'm like, in any case, stuff, you feel the type of way. And a guy friend and stuff, whatever, and a female friend, they told me, like, when I told them that, whatever, like, when they went in the shower, they start crying instantly. But then eventually, when they were in there, they're like, all right, I'm wasting water. Let me just soap up. And then once the soap start touching their body, they're like, yo, the vibe would change. And they both told me stuff like, went in there, when the water was coming down, it's like the emotional, like everything just came down like Niagara Falls. But they're like, eventually they're not in there just to just get wet with dirty body. And once they start getting clean and stuff for that, they be like, okay, so now they came out, they looked themselves in the mirror and stuff. They're like,
because you're doing something for yourself.
Yeah.
You're taking the time to do something for yourself.
it's self-esteem. It's esteem of yourself.
Come
like,
on.
yo, you have to do it.
Yeah.
So that's how I'm like, yeah, it's okay to have people, like I said, like, let's not overlook or underlook that, people play a part and stuff in your world.
Yes.
But you have to be your own rescue sometimes.
And be open too. Like you telling your friends go take a shower, they could be like, nah, and hang up the phone and be like, I'm not gonna take no shower.
Yeah.
But if they listen, that's good advice. You know what I'm saying? If they listen, they could actually feel better.
I had a situation where I spoke to like even another previous friend and stuff, whatever. The same thing. I was like, we're having a heart to heart, and she was in the state, and she's crying over the phone, and she's long distance, and I was like, I'm asking you for a favor. Just go in the washroom and just like splash some water on your face and stuff. Like, oh, you think that's gonna solve anything? I'm like, what have you done
For yourself? Yes.
not to be in this state? And I said, just hear that. And I said, let me repeat it for you. I said, what have you done right now in this blubbering, sobbing state? Have you done
to shift?
Yeah. And then eventually she got up and stuff like that, whatever. And then like I heard the faucet running over the phone. I'm like, okay, progress, baby.
There we go.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
I'm like, go outside and let the air slap you and stuff for a little bit and everything like that. And then like when she's outside, she's like, you're so stupid. But I'm like, but I got you smiling now. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, I needed that, whatever. I'm like, sometimes when it's too dark and stuff, you might have to lean on people and stuff to help show you the way or point you to the direction that the light and stuff is down there.
Yes.
But in any case and stuff, whatever, if the people aren't there, you have to know for a fact that somewhere in this darkness, there's a little bit of light shining, and you just need to gravitate towards it.
Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. And know what it is that brings that light for you as well.
Yes.
These are great questions.
Powerful.
As per norm.
Yeah.
This is what happens on the Podical side.
This is the sessions, man. This is the sessions.
Please don't sue me, right guard. Let's get to the question of the week and get ready to slide out of here. You ready?
I'm ready.
Question of the week says, do you have a WebMD misdiagnosis?
Wow.
Smooth. I want to hear yours. Did you Google if your dick was shrinking? Like, what did you look for? Like, old age now. You're 50 now. Some things might sag a little different now.
I remember I actually hurt a nerve in this hand.
Really?
And I had like the worst like tingle, but I just had no idea what it was from. So yeah, I mean,
to the internet
before I'm gonna go to the doctors, but let me see if I can see what it is.
Let me see what Google's got to say.
Right?
Yeah.
And it had said all sorts of
you're gonna
things,
die.
like
oh my god!
Poor blood circulation. This, that, and the third. And then and so when I finally went to the doctor, they said it sounds like you damaged a nerve. And I was like, damaged a nerve? But it didn't really click to me. But then after they said a nerve was that, and then they said, did you fall recently? And then it brought me back to the 2 weeks prior when I was trying to jump over the fence.
Punk ass, my out there.
And I landed on my feet.
You
but
think you're young?
The momentum brought me forward, and I fell, and I landed on my hand. But because I didn't feel anything right away at the time, I totally forgot about it. Right?
Yes.
So then now days later, when my hand is tingling, I'm like, what the hell's my hand tingling for? Like, what's up with my hand? Google, oh, you probably slept bad. There's poor blood circulation, all these things. Meanwhile, I got a damn damaged nerve in my hand.
Yep. I'm telling you, WebMD.
Yo, I had a situation and stuff where, I freaked out one day, right? So, early, let's say like the earlier within the day, it was a lot of commotion. So I went somewhere like it got rowdy and rambunctious.
Right.
And for me and stuff to avoid like it was like a tussle, a fight and everything going on with other people and everything. And for me to avoid and stuff, whatever now, like I had looked and I had hit my back. No, I hit my more my ass because I don't got no ass. So it was like my long ass back portion.
Right.
So I hit that portion of stuff like on like the wall or bar type of place and stuff that it was going on and stuff whatever, right?
That sounds painful.
I didn't feel shit at the time because the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh shit, I need to try to get a safety. What's going on here? They fighting in the club, whatever, right? It was a lot going on. And I was like, I woke up the next day and stuff, and I was like, yo, I was like, did I get raped? Like my ass is just hurting.
Oh
Like my
no.
butt was just hurting and stuff for her. So I even walked past the mirror and stuff when I came out the shower. And I looked, I'm like, it's not bruised and everything like that, whatever, right? But apparently now that area was, I guess like, you know, when you're hyperextending and stuff, whatever too, because I'm kind of like duck everything and stuff like that, whatever.
Right.
So I kind of even, my doctor said I even damaged like a little one too, but he said it'll take him normal, good amount of days and stuff to heal.
Yeah.
This is after.
After.
At the time and stuff, I was looking like, run this through the Google.
Oh my
They're
gosh.
like, my butt hurts. I was like, are there gonna be like rainbow flags coming up and stuff and everything now on my search?
Oh my Lord.
Be like, so you're gay now? Like, you know, like I was like, no, I didn't sleep with no guy, but it was hardwood. Pause.
Oh
So
my
I wasn't too
gosh.
sure.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do this to myself for that. But then now I'm walking different within my apartment. I was looking like I'm walking like Terry Fox and stuff in here now. I was like, no, I really need to book a doctor's appointment for this. And even somebody's like, you want to come check you? I'm like, no, I got shit to do. I had nothing to do.
Right.
I just want no one see me
see you
in the state. In this
Why you
state.
limping, Marv?
What's going on,
Why you got
brother?
your butt, Marv?
Right, because like one of the guys that wanted to come through, he's like, yo, that fight was crazy last night and stuff. And I've been like, I was like, I know him. And
Oh
if
my
I say
gosh.
like, yo, I hit my butt on like the bar area, to be like,
Oh
really?
God.
On hardwood?
Oh my
Bate boy. So I was looking like, we're gonna keep this to ourselves.
my
So I was like,
Lord.
I'm like, what can I do? And I wasn't finding proper answers and stuff like, what can I do in the meantime and stuff, whatever, right? So I'm looking like, I might have injured my buttocks and everything like that, right? And they're looking like, oh, it's okay if this happened to you and that happened to you and stuff. They're like, let's hope you don't have. And I think they said like some certain type of injuries to the butt might even like lead to colon cancer. I was like,
Oh my
God.
gosh. You see what I'm
We're
saying?
here.
Why we gotta
We're
go
here.
so far across
So I'm like,
the
I'm
bridge?
gonna die.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm gonna die. But I'm
right.
looking like, no, like it's not. I want to wait for my doctor to tell me this first. And I'm like, yo, and he said, stay away from Google. Healthcare is free in
Please,
Ontario. And I'm
please.
like, you're absolutely right. But to a young lad that knows internet, I didn't want to hear it until I heard it. But I'm here now.
I will say that's a story though. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Praise God, there's no colon cancer. But
Praise God.
I'll say I try my best to stay away from, even though Google used to be my bestie, I try my best to stay away from the WMD or whatever, WebMD,
WebMD.
because I've just heard so many horror stories and that they go so far across the bridge.
So you think you're special by just going to Google?
I feel like
And now ChatGPT.
Yeah. So
And
you
now-
don't.
I was gonna get there. I was gonna get there. So I did forsake Google. Google used to be my bestie. Now ChatGPT is my new man. Okay, I will say it that way. Yeah, remember. Yeah, for sure. But what I'll say is, there was a time where, like, when my children were young, I think I shared this with you guys, that when they were young, I used to give them garlic tea all the time because I was a single mom. They're going to daycare every other week. It's a cold for somebody, so I just wanted to
Infection,
build
yep.
up their system. So I knew that garlic is a natural antibiotic. I grew up with garlic tea, lemon, honey, put it in there, ginger, boom, bomb, you're good. So this particular time, my son, he's an adult, but he's like, oh, this cough, it just won't leave me alone. It's so hard. It's on my chest. So I'm like, okay, I know what to do. Because when they were young, if they had this cold chest thing, I would take garlic, put the Vaseline on their skin,
Yeah.
take garlic, put it on there, wrap them. And actually, I would go into the shower with them so that the steam as well,
Right, yeah.
and let it loose up.
some
All of a
mucus.
sudden, they'd cough up the mucus, boom, bam, they're good. Okay, cool. So I went to Google just for a quick minute to be like, how to loose a stubborn mucusy cough. And I saw the part with the garlic. I was like, oh yeah. I didn't even read the whole thing, to be
Right,
quite honest.
right.
So I was like, to my son, I was like, yo, I know exactly what to do. Take garlic, slice it up, put it on your chest, wrap yourself in cellophane, you good to go. He's like, you sure? I go, I've done this. I have 3 children I know.
Like, duh,
Right.
I got this.
Hello.
Yo, the next day he gets up, he comes into I was at work. I was actually in my office working, and he's standing at the door like I felt his presence, and I was just like, why doesn't he say anything? So I turn around, and he's standing there. He has no shirt on, and he's looking at me like, man, if look what you did. Like his face said it,
Set it off.
but he
Yeah.
wasn't saying anything, and
Right.
I was just like, and I still didn't get it. But I saw his face, like, what did I do? And he looked at me. He's like, and I was like, what? And he looked and he went like this. And he pointed to his chest that now had like a garlic burn of some sort, like his body. So I
Wow.
forgot to tell him about the I'm so sorry, son. I'm so sorry. I forgot to tell him about the Vaseline. You put the Vaseline on first to protect your
The
skin.
protective barrier.
But okay.
But I saw it on Google. I'm saying I went back to my bestie for a minute,
Uh-huh,
saw it on Google, but I didn't read the whole thing.
Right.
That's my problem. That was my fault.
So I was taught to have the understanding that Latin folks, such as Black folks, believed in the almighty savior of the ginger ale and the Vicks.
Ooh.
So why didn't you not point direction to like the ginger ale to help break up some of the mucus and throat wise, and the Vicks vapor rub?
So Vicks, he was using that, and it wasn't loosening up anything. So we were trying to go to the next level.
Okay.
So we don't do ginger ale, but we definitely do ginger tea. So it would be garlic, lemon, ginger tea. I had already done that. I've already given him that, but it wasn't. It was still, you know.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, let's just go old school.
Yeah. And I was gonna say old school. That's why Google's a place that you'll get remedies from the 1800s.
Yeah, they
That's
might
a
say,
fact.
This one elixir. You'd be like,
Yo,
no one talks like that no more.
Who says that? Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a classic remedy.
Yeah.
Save.
Yeah. But no, like the WebMD will have you legit feeling like you have cancer every single time. So I kind of like, I stay away from it. I try to stay away from it. I'm so sorry, son. Let me just say that one more time. It was not my intention to burn your skin. I'm so sorry.
Let's get to the Ask the Sons portion of the show. She's sorry, son.
I'm so
She's
sorry.
sorry.
I really didn't mean it.
We can laugh at it now.
His skin is healed.
It's healed.
I still feel I've got guilt. Okay, go ahead.
First Ask the Son question comes from Lady-Luck. Lady Luck. What is something that happened recently that made you actually laugh out loud? Definitely this garlic story for sure. But I feel like for me, the other day I was in the car and I was at a light and I just saw a kid throw a ball up and everything like that. And he didn't try to catch it, but there was an older guy trying to walk past and it clocked him on his head. And the kids looked at like, sir, I'm sorry, the ball got away from me and stuff. And the guy threw the ball up, upset, but I'm at the light now. He threw the ball up and stuff and everything like that, whatever. And the ball found a way and stuff for it to like go a little bit forward. And he tried to walk over to kick the ball, but he slipped on the ball. So
Oh my gosh.
That's God right there, boss. You weren't supposed to do shit. You're supposed to forgive the kid and keep it pushing.
Tell him it's okay. He's just a kid.
I was looking like, dumbass. And then when the light changed, I was like, I want to honk the horn, but I'm like, you know what?
Let it be.
I don't want God to be like, mind your business, boy. So I left it.
Yes.
But that was something else.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Something that made me laugh out loud. I laugh all the time.
That's good.
Yeah,
all the time.
That's a great thing.
I just
don't
laugh.
Be ashamed.
No, I'm not. Trust me. And my laugh is not like
No,
I'm like I'm not, girl. I will laugh out loud. I don't know. I can't. What about you? I got to think about it.
It was this video meme the other day that I was watching, and it was
when I came down. Ooh, shit. Was it that? I watched that every other day.
No,
that makes my day.
You know which one it is?
With the egg crate? With the milk crates?
That one is crazy. That one is crazy. But it was so Toronto Raptors has his player, right? His last name is Dick.
Oh, Grady.
Okay.
Grady Dick. So there's this meme, it's a video meme going on where it's just highlights with him, but because his last name is Dick, everything just sounds so funny. He's like,
Dick going to the hole.
Dick going to the hole. Look, Dick is splashing it from outside.
I mean, if you can aim properly. It's not our problem.
Oh my
He's like,
gosh. Oh my
oh
gosh.
my gosh, I was dying.
Oh,
They said, oh my gosh, they're coming outside looking for Dick. Dick is open. It is
Pardon?
hilarious.
I beg your pardon, sir.
what?
Sir.
What?
Your language.
So then after I seen that, Charles Barkley has this commentator show with this other girl, and they were talking about something, right? They were getting highlights. So she's like, and we know you don't say his last name. He goes, nah, he's Grady to me.
He's Grady. Grady.
You see what I'm saying?
He's Grady
Like
to
he
me.
just made sure he's not gonna put himself in that situation.
Yeah.
But those guys were obviously playing with his name.
Man, look, I know
Dude,
somebody
I'll
and
show it
stuff.
to you
Whatever. They
after.
were telling me because we were talking one day about I told him I'm not a fan of Starbucks, right? So it's like one of the listeners and stuff. They're like, "Oh, you're not a fan of Starbucks, like, but you like you like green tea and stuff." I'm like, yeah, they're like, you should try a matcha latte and stuff from Starbucks, whatever, right? Ask for the almond milk, and I was like, what we're not doing is that, because I'm like, I don't want there to be that one random Jamaican somewhere in there, whatever, be like almond milk, fire for that. So I'm like,
What's wrong with almond milk? I think almond milk is
you
good.
want
you
almond
want
milk?
almond milk?
Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my gosh.
Now you see what's wrong.
Now I see. Now I see. Let's play on
Oh, coming
words.
back to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that last thing that probably made me laugh out loud, one of my coworkers, I said to him I wasn't feeling well. Oh my gosh, something's in my eye now. But I said I wasn't really feeling well, and he just said I said I didn't wake up feeling very well. That's what it was. I go, and there's been stuff going around the office as well. Like people have been saying that they're achy or whatever. So then I said, yeah, just I'm a little achy and feeling a little nauseous, whatever. And he said, in the text, are you sure? Is it just in the morning that you're feeling this? And I just started to laugh out loud because I was just like, bruh, you can't ask me those questions.
These eggs.
Please, honey. That's never going to be a situation you have to ask me. It was funny. So I laughed out loud to that one.
I always look at it stuff as like, yo, there was a lady I heard like in her 50s and stuff, whatever, that got pregnant.
That's crazy.
So I mean, don't sleep on morning sickness. I don't kind of accident you have in your world, but don't.
No, we made sure, like we locked things up after my last son. We made sure there's just if there's any eggs, they will be dissipating in my body. But they will not be going down any type of tube to meet any type of nope. There's no meeting of the nothing. There's no meetings. Okay?
Gotcha.
There's disintegration.
Understood.
It's understood.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get to the next question.
Okay.
Ryan A_A says, what's a small goal that you're working towards?
Small goal.
You know what? Keep it a buck.
Yeah.
I'm working on my posture. I was looking at Amazon and stuff for like one of those
Did you put on?
Yeah. I'm like because when I catch myself slouching and stuff, whatever, and out here and everything, I'm always like, and I just get into like a military type of pose and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to work on that because I've seen there was this one lady, she retired from my job. She was the OC health nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with her, over a course of years, her posture and stuff has gotten worse.
Right.
And assholes in the hospital calling her lurch and everything like that. Quasimodo and stuff.
Stop.
I was like, yeah. So I was like,
so mean.
People.
Oh my
Like,
god.
So I was looking at something, I was like, I don't want to be Quasimodo. So I was like,
I don't want a hunchback.
yeah, I don't even go to Notre Dame like that. So I was like, you know what? And every now and then I'll try to like make sure I do my stretches and stuff a little bit more for my back and everything and stuff. And like I said, Amazon and stuff, I've been preying out the marketplace and stuff for like which one of those straps and stuff. Like I seen one, it looks intricate, but I'm looking like, that looks like a 2-man job. I don't know
to get in.
Yeah. I don't want to be like,
How do I get out?
Be like,
how do I get out of this
go
thing?
to the neighbor, hey, excuse me.
Can
Like,
you help
I know it's
me?
early in the morning, but I gotta go to work. Could you strap me up? Pause. Again. Like, we're here again.
Yeah, we are.
So,
Here we are.
like, they'd be like,
Oh my gosh, that's
But-
crazy. Posture is a good thing though. Like honestly, long term,
Yeah.
if you're aware of it right now
mm-hmm.
and you're like purposely like literally, pushing yourself to sit up straight, it's gonna pay off in the end, because our bodies and especially our spine, right? It
Yeah.
definitely curves and it starts getting weakened, and so it's really important. But can I tell you, one of the biggest parts of posture is your core.
Yeah.
This is what I'm working on. That's my goal right now. Like, I need to strengthen my core, so I've taken on Pilates.
Nice.
And
Okay.
it's not even easy. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Like, my friend sent me, shout out to Jason Douglas, sent me a video of 3 exercises. Simple. They look so simple. Like, you look at it and it's like, how can I not do this? It's easy. Do 6 of these for 30 seconds. And I'm like, bet I can do this. By the 3rd one, I was perspiring. I was like, what is happening right now? What is going on in my body? I have no core. Core is like so weak. So my small goal, which is not very small, but it is to develop my core.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to strengthen my core, I should
Yeah.
say.
The warrior pose the warrior pose look so easy to me, like before, until you're actually doing it properly, right? Because all I saw was like, just kind of like the extended kind of aspect and stuff for there, but like your knee directly has to be over like your toe,
Right.
right? Alignment and stuff with your toe and stuff, and that's how you know you're in a proper pose. And I'm looking like, hold it for 30 seconds. I'm there shaking like a damn tip drill video and stuff for her. I was looking like, why is my ass vibrating and stuff for her? I'm like, this 30 seconds is long right here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I was like,
yes.
I need to strengthen my body.
Yeah.
And then from then, eventually, again, the small goal was met, and then I'm good now. I could even be in like in a push-up position for at least, I want to say probably about 45 seconds.
That's amazing.
Right. And then I remember when I tried to do it in the beginning and stuff, whatever, I got probably 20 seconds out of it.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
you'll see, and I love the fact that you're able to see the 20 seconds to the 45 seconds.
Yeah.
You'll see consistently doing it. The little things turn around to be big things later on. Trust
Small
me.
goals, baby.
Yep. Small goals.
It's small goals.
Yep.
Stretching more.
Stretching more.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Again, something so underrated,
Yeah.
but it's so important.
We're at this time now where I want to say, like, I don't want to say not everybody lives a sedentary lifestyle, but I want to say we've gotten accustomed to sitting in front of screens.
Yes.
Everybody has gotten accustomed to sitting
Yes.
from either a desktop,
Yep.
like, or just even have a laptop in front of them and stuff for there, and they're just in a position for a while compared to just
1000%.
moving around.
I was
Yeah.
reading something to say like the average American, because of today's job, 80% of their day is spent in a sitting position.
Yeah.
And then you couple that with 8 hours of sleep. That's just your body doing no
Nothing.
physical activity.
And the
at all.
mobility,
Yeah.
that's why those stretches are so key, but also mobility exercises as well,
Yeah.
to do things that you don't get to do while you're sitting down or
Right.
watching TV or sleeping.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So, all right.
Small goals.
Small goals, baby. Thank you,
What's
Ryan.
up?
Last question comes from AlexMD. Are you related to the people who made WebMD? What's your favorite cereal that brings you all kinds of joy and happiness to you, and why? Lead with the cereal, lovely lady.
Captain Crunch. Let me just tell you something. Captain Crunch reminds me of a time in my childhood, and there weren't many moments like this, but when I do have those moments, I smile. It was good times. It was fun. I could have 4 or 5 bowls because we had milk. It was like a time where it was like, and it tasted good to me. It tasted like little peanut butter candy, and I was just gonna eat that and not be bothered.
Right.
It was just a good time. So for me, whenever I eat Captain Crunch, it just brings me back to that time when it was just good times. So yeah, I would call that comfort food for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Mine would be just regular cornflakes, but with hot milk. Yeah.
Real Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real Jamaican.
Yeah. And I think it's back to that whole comfort.
What happened when you were a child that
Yeah.
made you feel like, yay, this is good.
I think for me, Frosted Flakes was top dog. Because I think, like, for me, like, as a kid watching those commercials and stuff, whatever, like, I still remember the song in my head. I love how you take a cereal and make it great. Frosted Flakes are more dang good. They're great.
Yes.
So I look at it stuff as like, whenever I'm having, or I see it now, because these assholes on the internet never make you want to have fun. And like they're telling like, oh, the ingredients in Frosted Flakes will kill you and everything like that. I was like, what if I want to live on the edge one day?
Everything's gonna kill you.
Everything's gonna kill you. But I
my
look at it stuff as like,
Lord.
they're like, things in Frosted Flakes might give you cancer. I was like, so I can't have a bowl that often. And I used to keep Frosted Flakes at my desk at work.
Wow.
So I used to always kill them and stuff. They used to laugh at me. They're like, oh, look at him. He's having his Frosted Flakes again. I was like, don't be a hater because I found my personal joy and you didn't.
Right.
But then when I started looking at them, I was like, damn. So when I switched up and Smooth put me on to like Harvest Crunch.
Harvest Crunch.
Ooh,
When he put
a
me on-
good one.
When he put me on to Harvest Crunch, I'm like, fuck, I'm an adult now. like
Sitting here eating Harvest Crunch,
yeah,
all
but
healthy.
it tastes good though.
All
But
healthy.
I'm looking like, yeah, but I used to look at the box at Tony's, and Tony used to beat up with the bandana on, the poles, the poles and everything. If he was in hockey, he had hockey gear on,
Yes.
baseball gear.
Oh my God.
Harvest Crunch don't even got a logo.
No.
They just got Harvest Crunch.
Crunch.
This is the flavor. Shut up, you're an adult.
Eat it. But you see how you associated Tony with the bandana, and
Yeah,
sometimes he had the hockey stick. It was great. Like all of that just made you feel
The
good.
joy.
The joy.
The joy.
Yeah. In the morning, so every Christmas we have a tradition in our family. Every Christmas morning when we have breakfast, I'll make breakfast, like I'll make a hot breakfast, but we also have a table just full of old cereals. So frosted,
That's dope.
Frosted Flakes, honeycomb, cinnamon toast crunch, Fruit Loops, Captain Crunch is most definitely
Fruit
there.
Loops used to be my jam.
Like there's about 15 different cereals we put up there because our family is like a cereal family.
I used to,
I used to be a cereal holic.
I used to love Fruit Loops, but till like the thing and stuff is that I can't remember where I went, but somebody was telling me like people associate colors with flavors, and Fruit Loops just has the lemon lime taste across the board.
Yeah.
You eating a blue one, it's lemon lime.
That's true.
You eating a red one, it's lemon lime. So I'm looking like in my head and stuff. I'm like, oh, the red one's got cherry. No, idiot. Oh, the purple ones are great. Once again, you're still stupid. So it was a thing and stuff. I'm looking like, your Fruit Loops is full of lies.
You feel betrayed.
You
feel betrayed.
Deceitful cereal.
Yo, it felt like lies and deception. So anytime I
You
see
feel
Fruit Loops,
betrayed.
I'm like,
Oh my God.
and then they had to add marshmallow pieces. I'm like, let me guess, it tastes like lemon lime. I'm gonna walk past the box. Excuse me, Toucan Sam.
Lucky Charms. We have it like at least 15 boxes on Christmas
You know,
morning.
cereal I couldn't stand Fruity Pebbles, and I'll tell you why. Fruity Pebbles.
I didn't like it either.
Soggy.
Once,
Got soggy.
once milk
Yeah.
touched them,
It was soggy right away.
I was looking like, no.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, oh, Cocoa Pebbles taste better. I'm like, the Flintstone gang needs to be shot. Barney was on one box with the cocoa, and Fred was on the fruity.
Yeah.
Be gone.
Be gone.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch was another crack of mine because the milk turned cinnamon sugary.
Right.
So after you eat the cereal,
Yeah. My kids love that.
Yeah.
Oh, my kids love that. They killed that.
I need some cereal in my life. Man.
I used to be a cereal holic. I used to.
cereal holic.
I have been redeemed.
That's
Yes.
serious. That's
I
serious.
have been redeemed. I'm telling you, I could eat cereal morning, for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and be very, very
That's
happy.
like my son now.
I could be very
Yeah.
happy with that.
I can't
Yeah.
keep milk.
I was like, yo, Sherri, this is not healthy, sis. You need vegetables. You need some fruits. God dang it. Yeah, you can't just be eating.
Cereal's a snack to me though. No, it's a
Listen,
straight snack.
I can eat cereal and go to bed, dinner. Thank you.
Yeah, that if you have a decent sized snack that can compensate and stuff for it, right? Like I want to say some off days and stuff. I just have like a little fruit salad or fruit bowl. I'm like, okay, I didn't get no protein and stuff for that, but I'm straight. With this, it's good enough. Okay.
Yeah.
We made it.
We made
Cereal.
Let's get cereal.
Cereal.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I wanna get
cereal.
Hey, let's get into cereal.
You don't know about them dudes, man.
Fine.
Get to the So Say the Sons for the week. So Say the Sons this week.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Use more of your time towards creating yourself will help you find yourself faster.
So says his sons, just in line with what we were talking about.
I know.
That's exactly what we were talking
I
about.
had this already pre-created and stuff and everything. Like, yeah, it's been here.
Right.
So I look at it and stuff as where it really, 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 really means that, because it's
so big.
It's somewhere where I was with somebody, I was seeing somebody and stuff at the time, and they're like, yo, they're bored. Right? And they're like, how come I never hear you say that you were bored and everything like that? And I said, whenever I have downtime, I tend to like reflect and see how I could be a better version of Marvin. That's what I do and stuff, whatever. And she felt the type of way. But then she thought about it and stuff and everything like that. So she's like, you don't have that many issues and stuff going on in your world, like personal issues and everything. So I was like, not so much. She's like, maybe I should start taking some time to sort out myself. And again, we were talking about like finding self and understanding self and everything. And the world around you gets so much easier. So it was only right. It was only fitting for a happiness episode like this.
So good.
For this.
Good.
So,
good.
So say the sons, use more of your time to create yourself. Will help you find yourself faster. So say the sons.
So says the sons.
Sherri, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure. Tell the people
So
again how to
good.
find you.
Again, once again, how
tell
to
them
find you.
Sherri.authentically on Instagram, Sherri Sanjurjo on Facebook. I'm out there on Twitter, LinkedIn. Holla at your girl.
Right. All right. Appreciate you. Once
Thank
again,
you,
like,
guys.
comment, subscribe, all the above, man. Once again, thank you for listening to the Podical Sons. Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits and cereal doesn't. Peace and love, yo.
That was good. That was good.
The Podical Sons with Not Your Average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.